Probably not. All right, we are live. Let me try to connect a second time. It always takes 2 tries to get connected to the server. I have my Red Bull. I'm ready to go. What? I heard you're starting Vsauce too.
What?
Yeah, good question. You ever watch that channel, Vsauce?
Yes.
Yeah. And then there's a Vsauce 2 and a Vsauce 3.
There's?
Yeah. They got different people that do those channels, but they do the same thing.
I have not watched the other YouTube channels.
Yeah, don't bother. They're not that good. It's like once they found out one thing that worked, they just like franchised it. Hey, why not? Alright, I'm connected. Krius, make me black. Bam.
Put on the blackface.
No faces here. Just my inner blackness. I got so many maps. It's beginning to become a problem. Yeah, there's that one. I think first we're in tier, right?
Yeah, I believe so. We went back.
Take the Ravager off the board. He's no longer ravaging.
And now we have a Dirk.
Alright. Game time. Let's go, people. Where is everyone?
I don't know.
I'm gonna send messages to all the people that are not appearing.
Skywell is in the other channel.
Alright. Alright, I've sent a message to all 4 of the people that are not here. It's pretty bad. 3 out of 4. Or 3 out of 7, I mean.
Yeah, it's a bit late too.
I command, or I tell my big buddy, Dirk, what is his name, new Dirk friend, and I tell him, let's on our way to tier,
Dirk
the
Diggler.
big city of freedom. Dirk Digger, what?
Yeah, Dirk Diggler and Chess Rockwell.
Who's just Rockwell?
You never watched Boogie Nights?
No.
No? You gotta watch
No,
Boogie
this
Nights.
is
With Mark Wahlberg. Like he's playing like the role of a
With
70s porno.
1997's film. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Hey, we found one of the morgues. It was on this map. Hey, morgue.
Yes.
Here you are in tier. What do you do?
Dirk Diggler.
I
Oh, we also have
find
Peasant
all of
Grimoire
my
here.
friends- Find all of my friends in the arena and tell them we have brought a Dirk to Tyr. I don't suppose any of you gladiators have ever fought a Dirk before. As I boast and chuckle loudly.
Hmm. They're real impressed. They're gonna go check it out. They've never seen a giant kaiju lizard.
I bet they've never seen a flying ship.
I tell them all, please do not attack it though. It is currently under my influence of animal friendship.
They cheer. That's an impressive feat.
I will go report the same to King Tithian and the Golden Round Table people.
Alright, you go to the palace. The Golden Palace. Speak with King Tithian. He's there with Senator Traxus.
Hello, King Tithian and Senator Traxus. I bring great news that we have procured a dirk from the enemy kingdom of Balak.
It's actually just Drick.
Drick.
Drick. Alright, they're super impressed. They've heard of these things, but they have never seen one.
I would like to inform you that about the Drick, we have damaged the armaments on top of its back, though. The fire cleric Grimorn, as you all know, is super happy with his fire powers and has considerably burned the deck on top of it. So
Yeah.
we will need to perform some repairs before we can use it for defense or attack of on behalf of our city. So if you could perhaps see to that that it gets done, it would be most beneficial to our free city to boost our military strength.
Okay. The city of Tyr gratefully accepts this gift. We shall make haste to repair the structures upon its back and put soldiers on it and have it guard the gates.
Do we also have the psionicis necessary to pilot the creature?
Yeah. There are many psionicis in the employ of the Templars. They use them for investigations quite often, so they could have one of those do the job.
Perfect. Then my concerns are met. Thank you.
Hiring Mechalot drivers with the required skills is no problem either.
My business is concluded. That is. Oh, wait. We already told them. Did Korganard tell you guys about the other Centurions that may possibly be coming to attack Tyr?
Yes, the city has been on high alert. The heroes of Tyr have been dispatched to deal with it. Aegis of Asticles and Sidira have gone personally to deal with one of the other Centurions.
Okay, very well. Then we should probably go out soon to meet them, but some of my other companions are not quite here yet, as you can see.
Yeah.
I will make my way out to gather them.
Reports from the field, delivered by message, indicate that the Balakans are in retreat. We've driven them off for now.
Where about are they? Which city have they reached now?
They've gone no further north than Altaruk.
That is great news. I shall report that to Grimorn and the others.
So that's currently like the boundary of their power. They haven't been able to expand beyond there.
Is anything else of import happening in the city that my group should know about?
There has been a rise in criminality within the city. We've been tasking the Templars to root it out and deal with it. The recent situation with the Erdraxan infiltrators that were starting riots in the streets and attacking the gates with their giant monster and all of that. That's caused quite a drop in morale, and many of the people that were affected in the combat, in the meteorite strikes near the gate, people who lost loved ones, soldiers that have terrible injuries and the sort, they all will take some time to, recover and deal with the situation. But Tyr is strong, and we shall maintain, and we shall continue to prosper, despite the best efforts of our enemies.
Yeah, what is the condition of the repairs of the wall since that attack?
Masons have been constructing new stone and reshaping the walls, but it does take time.
That is concerning if the Centurions ever get closer to our city and the walls are still down.
Yes.
But that is good to know, thank you.
There are temporary fortifications in place in the meantime.
Alright. I will take my leave. That is all the questions I have.
Alright.
And I will fill in Grimorn that the forces are still in Altaruk, and that we should prepare to meet the others and meet Aegis of Asticles and the others, and combine forces to further repel the remaining Centurions. Do you have any other business in town?
What, me?
Yes, you. No other players.
Are we kind of... We're in the way of completing that 1 year off, huh?
Yep. This is the downtime.
I'm going to stay in the city for a while. I have to supervise many things. I got to supervise the construction of the tower, the construction of the ship, and also I want to learn how to navigate. So I'm going to be busy for quite some time until all this is prepared.
Alright. Yep. As part of the downtime, all of that stuff happens.
So yeah, my year is going to be focused on all these things pretty much.
Yeah.
Building the fire tower next to the fire temple. Working with Nibene in the city, I guess, like for all the docking.
Mm-hmm.
And then showcase flying ships for the merchants and for the defense of the city.
I see.
Show them how it can be used, the advantages, and then advertise the church, with building more of these fire sources to have these ships float and all that.
Hot air balloons.
Yep.
Alright.
And I guess work with the Skywill's family for all the leather working involved.
Sure. Can you make a hot air balloon out of leather? I would think it would be some sort of, like, treated canvas that's, like, airtight. I don't know. Hard to say.
I don't know how they made them. Sure, could Google it.
Yeah, what were the first air balloons made out of?
Yeah, it's like a parachute type of material, isn't it? Like, maybe thicker, like the one they use for
Silk, maybe?
Yeah.
Silk is pretty strong. Tight weave.
Or else, yeah, that would make it pretty heavy, huh?
As long as the thread count is high enough so that it's mostly airtight and it is
That's all that matters, really.
yeah, and it's durable so that the wind or the air pressure can get hot enough and high enough that it actually makes it float.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Ringsight was interested in bringing his dead god back, and to do so, he understands that he needs to rebuild the temple. And the temple is in Othand, so he was concocting plans to set up a caravan of laborers and materials to go to Othand and to rebuild the temple. So the structure he wants to make is going to be way out there, which is like 108 miles to the east. So that's quite an adventure, and I assume he's going to ask the rest of the party to go along with him so that he's not going it alone, in case anything happens along the way.
Was Othin was that the temple that we were at before with all the halflings and stuff? Or not the halflings, but the order?
Before all of that, Othand was the very first place he went to in order to find a scroll about the Cyanatrix that eventually led you to the Dragon Crown Mountains. But the initial first scroll was located in a ruin that the Veiled Alliance knew about, called Othand, and you had to go out there, and when you got there, it was occupied by the Black Sand Raiders. And you fought the Black Sand Raiders and defeated them, and they tried to flee into the underground, and the undead killed them. And then you guys went into the underground, and Ringsight talked with the undead, and they became friendly rather than having to fight the hundreds of zombies down there. You guys just kind of walked through.
Oh yeah. That's that underground thing is the temple. We have to rebuild that.
That is the temple he wants to rebuild. And so I sort of generated an image. Let's see if I've got it here. It was going to be like my temple map.
I always imagined an air temple would be like on top of a mountain in the open air, not in a cave thing.
Some of them are. Well, there's that one in the Dragon Crown Mountains. That's a wind temple. Where did I save this image? It's elusive. It's hiding from me. Let me check here. I've got it in my downloads, I think. I've been using Bing a lot to generate stuff, and I went to Bing and I described the temple layout, and it made a nice little map for me. And for the stream, I'll put it up on the screen there as well. So if you look at the image, the ruins of Othand are mostly covered in sand, so he's going to have to bring in laborers to unbury most of the place. And then he wants to do most of the work underground, so he's going to hire some people and materials to shore up the tunnels and clean up the tunnel system. Hopefully the undead won't kill all the people that he wants to bring down in there. That's a problem for another day probably. But so when it's cleaned up, the temple complex looks pretty nice, and he can sort of build a cult to the winged elephant, and that might, in the long run, bring the dead god back. In theory. But nobody knows if it's going to work. It's never been done. And the trick is getting people to that temple. It's quite difficult. The road only goes about 60 miles. Then you get to Silver Springs. And then from Silver Springs, traveling east, there's another 36 miles in the open desert through bandit-infested elven dunes. And it's quite a problem. There's no road, so it's slow going, and the dangers of the desert are a problem. Finding water is a problem. The cost of everything out there is a problem. The Silver Spring Elves, they give you a 20% markup. So that's one idea for things that we can do. But that does rely on Taro getting here.
Either we build a road there, kill all the bandits, or we just build a hot air balloon port over there and balloon ride our way there. Hey, Skywell.
Hey guys,
Well,
I don't know how long I'll be on, because the grocer's supposed to get here soon. But I wanted to at least pop in and say hey. So
welcome. Yeah, we're off to a slow start. Still got some stragglers that haven't made it in yet.
yeah,
I don't know what happened to Joe. Maybe he's asleep.
That's probably it.
It is close to the holidays. Do you think that's a factor?
Maybe.
I don't know. We're days away,
I
though.
know that next week. Let's see, next week Wednesday, will I be in town? Next week Wednesday, I will not be in town. I will be in Florida.
Yeah.
And the week following. So this is the last time I'll be around, and unfortunately I won't be on super much tonight. A Percy Jackson movie just came out. My daughter really wanted to watch it, so we're gonna, go as a family.
Gotcha.
Watch that pretty soon here. So
Percy Jackson. Isn't that like that series of Olympian whatevers?
yeah. But it was one of Amelia's favorite things, so
That's cool.
yeah.
So, do you want to do anything during the downtime?
Absolutely. Okay, so are we? Well, all I can afford right now is the manor right now, and having some money set aside for the what's it called? NPCs, the workers and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So I have plans, and I know we talked about those plans, but so having 3 rooms set aside in total to the animal pens versus or stables, all for the kink ranching business, is kind of a lot. I imagine. I don't know how much other NPC groups would have in terms of that, but it's a big commitment of room space towards that. So hopefully that kind of puts us as like one of those, Texas or out west ranchers, big ranching situation. That's the goal. And then I was gonna have the escape tunnel and the brewery. I wanted to go ahead and have. Let's see. Where's my document for this actually?
That's different than what I thought. I thought you were going to get the stables, the poisoner's grotto, and the defensive walls.
Well, we talked about doing defensive walls, but it ended up being just not worth all the. I mean, the poisoner's grotto is nice, but I don't know. I'd have to put it
at this point, I'm hoping you're going to continue taking the poisoner's grotto just because I put in so much effort on the poison table.
Oh, well then, shoot. No, I got you. Well, look, I mean, I don't necessarily have to have 2 room points set aside in this of the 4 room points for the manor. for what's it called, for the animal pens and stables, that was going to be the focus of the whole thing. But I'll just take maybe one room of it, or just leave it where I've already got.
So if
And
you've
then
got one
just-
stables and one poisoner's grotto, then you'd still have 2 slots open.
Right. And I mean, I guess. Okay. Um. It
Oh,
could
and
be
there's
an
also
either
the
or.
free room. The free room can be whatever you want up to a value of 25 GP.
Okay.
Like, it's traditionally a library, but it suggests that it could also be an archive or museum. Those are the other likely things that a manor would have in it.
I want to pull up. I have it saved, but I think it's in the other. Here we go. New Google Chrome. Oh wait, no. I know where I put it. I had it.
So close to tier, the defensive walls probably aren't going to matter too much.
Well, yeah.
Because,
I mean,
like
we
I said
just
last
get
week, you can
everybody
always
in
just
there.
retreat into the walls of the city and be safe in there.
Right.
Which is pretty much what everyone used to do in medieval times.
Right.
The farmers and ranchers would just run for it when they had to.
Well, then in that case, we don't even need to worry about the what's it called escape tunnel either. That's kind of wasted in that sense as well. Where the heck? I thought I saved it on here, but I'm.
So a stables, the one expansion unit, holds up to 16 kanks. How many kanks do you have that you need to store?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's all something we have to decide, I suppose, together.
So if you want more than 16, you're going to have to invest another expansion unit into a second stables.
Well, it comes down to I just don't know enough about the Dark Sun universe to know what's reasonable and what's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like if a kink, well, you said karu are cows, but like kinks are more like horses, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. A kank rider is like your cowboy of the Dark Sun universe.
Okay. Well then, if we're making a breed, if we're making a lot of these, well, actually 16, that would require a good amount of equestrian servants or something. Not servants, but people working.
Well,
take
it
care
does
of
say the building requires 15 unskilled hirelings and 3 skilled hirelings just for the upkeep. So those guys take care of everything.
I'm gonna say a bunch of stable boys, basically, kind of working on that.
Yeah, I mean, those guys can be whatever you want. And you can have more people than that. It says the servant quarters hold up to 35 people.
Oh, okay.
And you've got rooms for 15, and I have noted here that 3 of them are occupied with your wife, your child, and your brother.
Right. I don't think I have a child. I have a little sister.
Okay, I'll change that to wife,
Yeah.
sister, and brother.
Also don't have a wife yet. I was talking about, maybe Gusling Crew was a.
So when you say
possible
family, are you just talking brother and sister? Is that it?
I have a mom and dad on my card here, and never really had a chance to go ahead and have a love interest yet.
Okay. Okay, so then just older family in the house. Got it.
Yeah. Large-ish family of herders and shepherds. Suffers a lot of tragedies and dwindled. At one point, they had 6 siblings. Only a brother and sister survive. 2 older brothers died in war. Younger sister died of cholera. Another younger brother, Yarrick, died. Wait a minute. Oh, so that's 7. Yeah.
So over the course of a year, you build the big manor house, you build the stables, you fill it with kanks, you develop your poisoner's grotto. I've made up a list of the things that you can grow in the poisoner's grotto.
Right. Okay, so let's just go ahead and focus on. Uh, I'm dropping the 250 gold on the manor, and then it says here for the Poisoner's Grotto. Wait a minute. There we go. Scroll.
25 for that one.
Minus 25. I can fit that, but I'm gonna go ahead and have to pay like piecemeal on, like, because I only have 3 gold left. So I'm making
All right.
that change
Well,
now.
these are expansion units, so you can add them later, right? So if you only want to add
Right.
one thing now, you can do that.
Well, okay, so there we go, and that doesn't say anything for the free room.
Right.
I mean, if we could say that the Poisoner's Grotto was the free room.
So we're at manor with stables and whatever the free room is.
So there we go. Okay, so we're gonna say stables plus free room being the free room being the Poisoner's Grotto. Done. And I'm marking that on my notes here, or my items here. There we go. Okay, so
that works.
manor.
Skywell, where are you building the manor? You're building it outside of the city walls?
Just outside. It's by the fire
I
temple.
kind of think it has to be for stables. I mean, you're not raising up all these inside the city walls. There's not going to be space for that, I would assume.
I was gonna ask, like, since the city is now free, have they converted the slave pens into anything? It's a large space. It's like
There's no
a quarter
way,
of the size of the ziggurat.
Yeah, the stoneworkers are down in there now.
I would
Yeah,
just
okay.
I would assume I have to be outside the city walls. I mean, maybe that's a wrong assumption. You can go ahead and correct me on that. But
Yeah, it's totally optional. Be where you want to be. Although for a farm, it makes a lot more sense to be outside in the farmland.
right.
I mean, you don't see a lot of farms on a city street in a packed little district like
Right.
the downtown markets here.
Unless you're playing eco. But okay, so that part is. I've pretty much spent every piece of money there is. How much do I need to have on it? Like maybe like a 2 months salary set aside for the NPCs.
You want to pay them monthly, so that's the minimum is to pay them for this month.
And we had. Shoot, I'm going through Discord now trying to pull up what you said because you had said that it would be how much a month?
324 ceramic pieces per year, 27 ceramic pieces per month.
27 ceramic a month. I can do that.
Yeah.
Gold.
Not bad.
Well, shoot. Hold on, let me write this down.
You just demolish the people's houses inside the city and then build a manor, and they live in there as they work there.
Okay, hold on. You said 37 ceramic per month wages. Got it. Okay, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, I'm going to copy paste this into the text chat again. So that's what I had earlier, like last week.
Alright, I'm just going to save this. Boom. Boom. There we go.
And if the Poisoner's Grotto is your free room, you can just delete that line about the free room, because that's taken care of. But you might want to make a note that you'll still have 3 expansion slots.
Okay, all the rooms on a single room point is 25 gold, looks like. They're all the same cost. It's not like I would go for a more expensive free room, so.
Right.
Looks like they're all the same. Alright, that pretty much concludes the mathematical portion of my, well, no it doesn't. Because there's also all the stuff that Joe was talking about with regards to things you are studying. Like
He's
training.
learning to read.
Okay. There. Okay. You had pulled up. Shoot, this is in the merchant shops tab, right? I will just go with. Well, there's actually 2 things I want to go with. One is developing the organization, and the other is teaching myself to use the poison, training business. So I want to embed with House with Hamir and House Ilon
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of ruffian house or Blackwater house basically, private security firm. So I am going along with different missions on theirs just as a extra hired muscle, especially on anything that might see rougher combat, so I can try to actually maybe do something worthwhile there, but also see who is, and I can write this down for you again too. I have it written down, but see who is someone who I could trust, has some measure of honor, uh, and who is like amicable to the cause. Probably going to be basically working with the Veiled Alliance, but yeah, like as basically spies for Tyr, for the Veiled Alliance, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was talking with Sadira and friends. What is the biggest threat to Tyr at this point? And I'm not sure they know. It might involve me having to go ahead and do little spy stuff in Androponis' court, in Manu's court. That's kind of where I'm thinking the top two, unless it's back to Boris. There's Boris's Citadel, but I would imagine he's kind of set for a while. I don't know.
Well, the most recent threat, the Urdraxans, they came out of nowhere and they seem to pose the most direct and dangerous threat to Tyr.
But they're from way out east, past the Silt Sea, right?
Oh yeah, you have no idea where they're from. You've never been there. Nobody you know has heard of it.
Well, then, if that's the case, if based on everything we've seen that's the biggest new threat, then it stands to reason for me that that's the next place we should go, is try to make a trip across the Silt Sea.
Mm.
Now, how does that even happen? I mean, we need to have an actual boat. Because all we have are like the skimmers that roll across the bottom of the silt, and then the giants don't go that far. So, what the heck is there? Like,
Getting out there is a trick. You can fly, but there are very strong winds. You can take a silt skimmer, but even a silt skimmer can only go to a certain depth, and they need to know where the shallows are, basically, so that they can skim across them.
imagine there aren't shallows that far out. Like, if it's an ocean, eventually it just goes off.
Well, keep in mind, the Urdraxans managed to get here, meaning somebody can get back.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if they came by magic or by mundane means. Like, I look, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's possible the Sorcerer King could have teleported them over many, 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 many miles using some artifact or whatever, but it's impossible to know for sure.
Well, from where I sit, also in my character's head, I mean, I'm not sure how this works. How did they get, like, I that wasn't even on my radar. I didn't think that anything existed past the Silt Sea. Maybe I did. I just, I just didn't know. It wasn't part of my wheelhouse. So, I don't know. The dwarves off east by the Road of Fire, would they have a clue? Like, nobody does any kind of shipping across the Silt Sea. It's like,
Well, you guys did interact with some of the merchants that explored about as far east as you can get, and that would be like those volcanic islands that the giants live on. That's
right.
way out in the distant Silt Sea, about as far as people have been willing to explore.
So I guess what I'm going to start doing is just this will have to be a plot point that gets developed later. But I'm going.
Well,
to
after the year of downtime, you guys are going to have an airship, and then you can try to fly there.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
That solves the
that's an
problem.
option. That is an option. Oh, also, are you seeing this poison list here?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
So these are the poisons that you can pick from. These are all the plant-based poisons. The Poisoner's Grotto doesn't do any animals, it doesn't do any bugs or snakes or anything, so it's just poisons that can grow from plant-derived sources, and that's this list right here. And I've done the conversion from 3rd edition, or no, not even 3rd edition, from 2nd edition to 5th edition on the effects here. Now, in the 2nd and 3rd edition, poisons would have an instant effect, and then they would have a secondary effect a minute later. And what I've done with a lot of these is that it'll have 2 saving throws. It'll have 1, and then you'll get like a poison status for a minute, and then at the end of that minute, you get a second saving throw against another effect. So that's how a bunch of these work. But if you make the initial save, then you don't have to make the secondary one. You've got a mix of ones that have to be ingested, and ones that are inhaled, and ones that affect on hit.
Now, it says bloodgrass from the jungles and bloodgrass from the plains.
So you can get bloodgrass from the plains pretty easily, but to get jungle bloodgrass, you would have had to collect it from the halfling forests up at the top of the mountain. Which you've been there before.
But I would be able to actually still grow that in this area, I would imagine.
It's possible, but you'd have to get some from the jungle up there. So if you want to say some of your downtime is spent going on a quest to get some jungle bloodgrass, that's fine.
Okay. We'll do it. That's a week or 2 weeks maybe?
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. It's just northwest of Tyr, so you climb the mountain like you did before. If you can fly, it's quite a bit easier. You don't have to do a lot of climbing.
Yeah. Do all my flying at night when it's shadowy because I can't fly during the day. Well, I can, but not for long.
And then you just have to search for it until you find it. Bloodgrass is a real common thing that's just out there.
Okay.
But most of these are quite a bit more common. The only other one that's extremely rare is like the poison weed spores. That one might be hard to acquire.
Yeah, that would be hard to acquire, but also, well, it would be great actually. Unconscious. I mean, that's just great for like, okay, I just hold my breath and then just unconscious bomb whatever I'm trying to infiltrate. That's really great actually.
And a couple of these are psionic specific, like random displays and single-mindedness. Like single-mindedness could be really powerful because you hit a scion with that, and they have to choose a spell, and they obviously don't want to choose like a high-level spell because they'll only be able to cast one spell. So they'll pick a lower-level spell, and then that's the only spell they can cast.
Oh gosh.
Hello, hello.
Esperweed. I was thinking about going ahead and smoking some Esperweed because that was pretty interesting buffs too.
Yep. It gives you psionic dice at a rapid rate.
Yeah. Okay, well anyway, this is all very good. I have blown all of that. Do you think that there is... I'm looking in the right place to find people, and I know we talked about last week using the old leadership feed from 3.5 on this, basically, you know, having followers.
Yeah. So is that going to be like your gang of infiltrators and
Yes.
your little terrorist organization?
Correct. Precisely.
Yeah.
What's up, Sia?
Hey.
You're still not sounding too good.
Yeah, you sound pretty rough.
It's just my throat.
Your throat's bad? Alright.
Man, you've been sick for what, 3 weeks now?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You got it bad? What do you get? That lung infection or what?
I don't know. It sound like this.
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
Does
I've been doing
it,
something
does
like
it hurt?
that. Hmm?
Does your throat hurt?
Oh yeah, like shit.
Mm.
Yeah, I had that this week, but I had fever too.
Yeah, just rest your throat, man. Hope you get better soon.
If it's the COVID, I heard you can take Benadryl and Zantac, and they help.
Yeah, and Trump says that you can actually inject UV light and bleach in your blood. It helps.
Yeah. Fake news.
Mhm.
No, but Zantac, they say it's like a stomach acid reducer, but for some reason it's good against COVID. And Benadryl is for allergies, but also apparently has anti-COVID effect. So I haven't gotten it, but if I do, I've got a box of each here in my hand that I can just
I
down.
wonder why Benadryl would help. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
who
trying to
knows?
imagine.
There was some research on it though, and they showed that it was effective. So fuck it, it's over-the-counter medicine you can just go and buy.
Right.
Are you resting though?
Define resting.
Yeah.
Should get honey.
Liquids.
Get honey and just gargle honey every day. Lots of tea and honey.
Yeah, it's good for the throat.
Keep that in mind. I'll do.
It's like the classic cure. Put honey on everything. It's got antibacterial, antimicrobial effects.
That and garlic.
Oh, garlic. That's a good one too.
Garlic and ginger. Yeah, just a lot of liquid, man, and some rest. And sleep as much as you can.
We're still missing a couple people. Where the hell is Joe? For shame, Joe. For shame.
It's probably sleeping.
Trying to think where I saved this thing. I saved a thing, and I forget what I named it.
One more thing. We have how many weeks of downtime?
A whole year.
Yeah, full
So
year.
52 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, you can train on something. Like I'm training.
Right.
I'm training to learn how to navigate, so I'll be a navigator for the
Airship.
ship. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
can
Training takes 10 weeks. A month was spent going to Nibene. So if you went along on that ride, that's 4 of your weeks right there.
Well,
Oh, so we could have trained on more than one thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's supposed to be like languages and stuff, so.
okay. No, I'm just gonna do the navigation and and do what I was saying, like work on the building of the ship and
Languages are
Guitar.
tool proficiencies or like driving proficiencies, like navigation. Things like that are all like good training things. Ooh, I found it. All right. I can put this on a board. All right, Chris, I'm gonna give you an image link, and I need it on a board.
Okay.
All right, actually, you know what? I'll put it on a tabletop thing. Here, let's grab your figurines off this.
Do we have figurines on this?
Morg was on here a minute ago. Not anymore. Looks fine. All right, I'm gonna close this one. Pack it up. Pack it in.
Oh, that the thing in Discord. Copy link.
It's this one here, and I need it on this one world ship here.
Tiny.
Cool. And I'm going to rename this one Dust Haven. So this is a little map that I developed. Sort of a little side detour. A little adventure that you guys could go on. It's not tied to anything major.
Where are we going to be then?
This is Dust Haven. It's not on any map.
Oh.
This will be while you are traveling across open desert where there are no roads. You will spot a town that you don't recognize on the maps.
That's pretty sketchy. Like a ghost town or something, but there's actual people there.
Well, throughout Athos in the Tablelands, there are several cities that are like slave cities for runaway slaves that are hidden and secret.
Really? Okay.
So this might be one of those towns where it's run by runaway slaves or deserters from different armies or whatever have you. They, for one reason or another, they don't want to be found by any of the main cities, and they'll just build a little town out in the middle of nowhere.
If you sell their location, how much will we make?
What's up?
If we sell their location, how much will we
Oh
make?
my god.
Oh. Well, if you sell it to a slave trading group,
Like Salaxa?
like Salaxa, and they capture a lot of slaves, you could probably get like a commission based on the number of slaves they capture.
Oh man, oh me, oh my.
Which could be a lot of money, if you think about it. Depending on the size of the town.
So if they just suck at their job and don't catch any slaves, we're gonna pay.
If they don't catch any, you wouldn't get paid at all. It's a commission based.
That's lame. We paid them the information.
Right.
Noted.
Can we just like bring them to Tyr though? I mean, their city's free.
The free city of Tyr? Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you could tell them, hey, come to our city.
Look, I don't
We do
know
have
if
a
that's
crime
good
problem
idea.
though.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a great idea because, I mean, we can't house everybody. I mean, they might be good, like, a slow rate of doing, what's the word, immigration is fine, but mass immigration all at once does get rough, as we can see.
I mean, what are they doing out here? What are they really building out here? They got like tents or something? They have like actual houses and stuff.
No, they're buildings.
Hmm.
They're probably all made out of like an adobe, like a mud brick baked clay.
I like that. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think they could do better if they move towards the city area.
You can see that there's some ruins and fields on the lower left. You can see that there's a large pit, like a quarry, with a road leading to it. And then there's the main town, which is split into several sections. You probably approach from the sky, so you can see that the town has a central area that looks like considerably smaller. Like maybe when the town was first built, it was just that little middle area of small houses. But then over time, it seems as if they've expanded and many new buildings have cropped up, and there's even like some industry. In the lower left, you can see a lot of large warehouses that seem to connect to that quarry and to the fields. So maybe they've got some industry, some farming, some quarrying.
Is it time?
To the east side of town, you can see there's a number of small businesses. Maybe an inn for the workers after they've gotten off their shift at the quarry. They can drink at the inn. There's a trader. At the north end of town, that looks like that's sort of like the noble district of sorts, although the buildings aren't that impressive compared to the rest. They're more like manor houses rather than like full-on castles or something. But, for this little village, a manor house is kind of palatial. It's a big to-do, and it was built in secret out here using whatever materials they had on hand.
Alright, looks like I am being called away to dinner here.
Groceries?
All right.
Okay.
I will probably not be back for another 2 hours, which I know is going to be...
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry about that.
All right. Farewell, Skywell.
Enjoy your dinner.
See you, man.
And happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy
Oh
holidays.
yeah, happy holiday, man.
Well,
Happy holiday, guys.
Here's the other... I mean, I'll be in Florida. I might be able to jump on... Not on the table.
Yeah,
but
just
I
in
might
chat. That could work.
Be able to... Yeah,
You could look at the stream or something.
right. Sing them a song. You can say hi.
Okay, I'm gonna sing a song. Last Christmas.
Hi.
Okay, they said hi. They said hi.
I've heard that song before.
Yeah.
Last Christmas, I gave you my fart.
He said, "Last Christmas I gave you my fart." He said. He's full of smiles. Good job. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
See you later. Bye. Alright, what to do with this town? Talk to... Oh wait, we're flying. Flying. We're not talking to random people. Should we just float to a manor and see who is this leader of the town? Hello? Peasants?
Well, let's see here.
What are you doing in the middle of nowhere, peasants?
All right. This throws me for a bit of a loop. You didn't go to the entrance.
Is there like a gated entrance, or is it just like a road into a city?
There's a road in. That's the expected start point. Okay. So you approach the largest manor in town and start calling, "Hello, peasants." Some armed men are going to come out. There's a woman, and she trains her bow on you, and she's a young woman. She looks to be about 18. And she says, "Who the hell are you, and what are you doing, wizard?"
I'm not a wizard. I am a druid. We come from the city of Tyrd as a free city. Why do you all live out here in the desert? You do seem to have a town, but no walls.
All right. Moments later, she is joined by a number of other people. There's other men and women. They have various weapons. And they say, "What is this commotion? Who is that?" And they also have drawn their weapons on you. You're going to need to explain yourself again.
We are the heroes of Tyr. We were just going through the desert and noticed a new city appear out of nowhere that we have not come across before. So we, being heroes as we are, we like to see what is going on and if anybody needs help.
That's what we're here for.
Okay, one of the people that came in, he's an older man. He looks to be about 40. And he's got a long beard. But he's a big burly man. He looks like a tough barbarian sort of person. And he's wielding a pretty badass looking axe in both hands, like dual wielding. He's gonna put his axes away and he's going to say, "It's impolite to talk from a flying carpet. Why don't you come down into the waiting area where we can speak properly?"
Yes, sure thing, and I'll fly us down.
Okay, so he brings you into a meeting hall. He's going to introduce himself as Torg Grimclaw. He is the patriarch of the Grimclaw family. We are the owners and operators of this little quarry village. And we try to keep a low profile. We don't want any trouble with any of the cities around here. And we'd appreciate if you don't go spreading word of our location here.
Are you from a specific city, or is everyone here kind of like from all around?
How many people are here?
Dozens. It's not a huge town. He'll say, the town, Dusthaven, that's what we call it, has two major families, the Grimclaws and the Sand Riders. You can tell us apart fairly easily. The Sand Riders are half-elves.
Do the two houses here get along, or is there any feuding happening?
Everything's fine. We have a good working arrangement. The Sand Riders, they work the fields, they quarry the stone. Good hardy folk.
What do you do?
We're the nobles of this town. We've been running this place for generations.
How long has this town, was it Dusthaven? How long has this been here, if you don't mind me asking?
Third generation since the start. The first generation was just the small central part of town. Since then, we've expanded quite a bit. My grandfather was the first to claim this place. Many years ago. Might have been, 50 years back.
Was the reason why you guys built this settlement to get away from the slave states?
It was awful. The sorcerer kings, they do terrible things to people. And, we just try to, not be involved with it.
Well, our city, I don't know if you've heard of the city Tyr, what was it, west of here? We actually got rid of our sorcerer king. I don't know if it might have been, maybe news hasn't gotten out here, but it's pretty much a free city at the moment.
Okay. He's in shocked
everyone was
disbelief. His younger daughter gasps. Her sister also gasps. They can't believe it.
Isn't that cool?
We don't get a lot of news out here. Seriously, you're saying that Calic is dead?
Yeah, Calic's dead. Rikus, the head gladiator, and a few of the not so happy Templars decided to work together along with us, and we fought and deposed the Sorcerer King and killed him.
That's inconceivable. I have never heard of such a thing. He's going to roll a check to tell if you're lying. Oh, yeah, he got a 19. He's even more shocked when he realizes you're not lying.
Well, I wasn't lying when I said I was a hero of Tyr, not a Templar of Tyr. Oh. Yes, but I don't know if any of you guys would be interested in moving into the secure walls of our new freed city. We are looking for more people to join as we are trying to get more hands on deck. We recently had an attack on our walls, and we are trying to look for more people that could possibly help with fixing up the city a little bit. Of course, people will be paid. What say you guys?
We like the way we've lived here for generations. We don't really want to rock the boat. Boy, that's a terrible saying for the setting of Dark Sun. I don't want to rock the silt skimmer. There you go.
Well, as the representative tier, we do like freedom, so if that is your guys' choice, I would not oppose you guys.
We have a good thing going here. We probably won't be going anytime soon. Maybe we could do business with you, though. We could have some sort of arrangement. We could send stone your way. For the right price.
That is an arrangement. That sounds good. As I mentioned before, our walls were damaged.
A man with a flying carpet can probably afford a lot of stone, I imagine.
Indeed, and so can our city taxpayers. We will ask the king if you guys would like to do business. Maybe we could send a caravan to load up all of the stone.
And you're saying this king of yours, he's not going to try to enslave us, right?
No. Our city has outlawed slavery. We do not even deal with the merchant houses that focus on slavery. We do not buy slaves from them.
Well, that's good to hear. We're a free town, and we don't like slavers. We've killed a few when they've come looking.
I applaud you for that. But yeah, so I that does sound most favorable, a business relationship. I look forward to working with you guys, and I hope our king is favorable to that as well.
Sure. Hey, while you're in town, you're welcome to stay in one of my guest rooms here. There's no reason for you to stay in the lesser conditions of the common room of some inn when you can stay in the fine accommodations of my manor house.
Where do you think, Grimorn?
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent, excellent. He's going to tell his servants to bring in food. He's going to tell you, we have a delicacy here. The local farming community, we harvest a particular kind of root from the local soil, and while the soil is not very good, this root, if cooked properly, has a delectable flavor to it. It's a little bit sweet, and it's got like a skin on the outside that you can peel off, but the skin is quite tasty as well. And with the right spices and some butter, you'll love it. It's delicious. The local specialty. And he snaps his fingers, and some of his servants run off to cook it.
How long was it until we got here when we were traveling? Is it only like a few hours or a long time?
Yeah, just a few hours.
Okay. Well, after our meal, I'd like to. I am a traveling druid, and I would like to visit your gardens if you wouldn't mind me. I could bless it for you.
Ah, well, if you could improve the harvest, I'd certainly appreciate that. Imagine that, a druid in my little town, in my little corner of the world. We haven't seen such a thing in, I don't know, 20 years maybe?
Was the druid passing that was here 20 years ago, were they just traveling through, or was he actually a member of the town?
Ah, yeah, he came through and he said there was nothing here of value, and he moved on.
Well, I hope to stay here and see what those interesting plants and vegetables are. I take interest in all growing matter.
So he'll explain to you that the two main staples of food here in town are the cacti, which are just north of town, and the roots, which are in the fields to the southwest of town. So if you want to check out the local plant life, those are the two main things, the fields and the cactus forest.
Okay, I'll do that after we feast.
All right. You have some of those roots that he promised were delicious, and they are spiced to perfection. They are quite good. It's like a sweet potato.
Interesting.
I don't think
Maybe
we have these in here.
Yeah, do these plants tend to grow in tier?
They could. They grow in rocky soil. They're quite a tough plant. Easy to overlook. They don't look very good, but once cooked right, they taste good.
Well, maybe you can collect some of those seeds and bring them back to tier.
Sounds good.
A little bit of biodiversity.
Hello?
Hello.
It's Joe. What's
Is that
up?
even a
You're
word that
really
exists in
late,
that
Joe.
world?
What are you doing?
I just woke
Just
up.
wake up?
Yeah, you just woke up.
That's what we figured.
Y'all got my number. Damn it. Sit here for a second. Watch this podcast.
Yeah, I almost fell asleep before the game started. I was like, it's 7 o'clock. I've got a couple hours before game time. I'm just gonna like lay down, and it was so relaxing. I very, very much almost fell asleep.
Yeah, it was out like a light. Like a light. Like a light. Nothing about sleeping through flights and stuff. Yeah, this new computer is so much better, man. So much better. Oh god.
Hey, Chris, are you still dressed like a peasant?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I'm disguised. I can't wear the fancy armor everywhere. Oh yeah, the other day I sent you not directly, but I was
Why
asking
can't you wear it?
what would be the price of one of these, one with 50 charges of this guy's self and one for counterspell.
I don't know. I'll have to get back to you with that. There's a price list for wands. It's, SRD wands.
Yeah, I'll buy those. I stayed disguised because I don't want to show my Drake armor.
It depends on the spell level that's in it.
I'm confused because I'm gonna be walking around with my Drake armor.
Okay, well, you can deal with the consequences.
Okay.
Hey, Taurus, did you follow everybody when they went here?
Yeah, I would have stayed with the group, I believe.
Okay, so here we have Taurus and Morg and Grimorn and Sol at the manor house of Torg Grimclaw, patriarch of the Grimclaw family that runs the town of Dusthaven. Dusthaven is an unmapped slave village that has been here for 50 years in secret. And the party just negotiated a trade deal to deliver stone from their local quarry to the city walls of Tyr to repair the damage. So, what's the party going to do now that you've eaten a delicious meal of roots that taste like sweet potato?
So we came here to get stone from the quarry?
You were flying somewhere and you happened to spot the village. It is not on a road and it wouldn't normally be found, but since you're flying directly from point A to point B, you cross over these big expanses of desert and it's like, hey, that town's not on any map. What the hell is that? So you stop to investigate and you find the town of Dusthaven. Not on any road, not on any map. A secret village.
Oh, I like secrets. Let me absorb this before I respond. So I don't have the context of this place.
So the party bypassed the front gate and flew directly towards the manor house of the leader of town. But there are other locations to be explored.
Oh. So that we just went straight to the manor, like we
Yep.
we didn't like.
Yeah,
I flew
like
there and I said, "Hello, peasants."
like in my guide, I started at the front entrance gate, and the manor house was the last thing on my list. So you're doing the thing in the reverse order to what I expected, but that's fine.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's how we do. Yeah. So I found out that there's no slaves here. Or they're all slaves and now they're not slaves?
No. This is a free town with no affiliation with any merchant house or any city-state.
Was that a free city by Tyr?
It's not far from Tyr. It's out in the desert.
I like this place.
How do you guys source your water, by the way?
He will tell you that if you travel west, in between the temples, there is a large well.
Okay.
I imagine one of you might be interested at the word temples.
What kind of temples are they? What religions do they practice?
We have 3 little shrines, modest though they might be. One is a temple of the earth. Another is a temple of silt, and the last is a temple of sand.
I didn't know this
Did
had temples.
Oh shit!
Did the CF fall asleep?
See ya.
Do they have silt here?
Are you drugged up? Yeah.
He might be asleep.
I think so. Yeah.
Wake up! Grab a brush, put on a little makeup.
That sounded like you're snoring in the phone.
No, my mic is like really close to my face so you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Snoring.
Okay.
Yeah. We can hear you snoring.
If
You
you
can
wish
go
to
visit
pray to
the-
the earth, or the silt, or the sand, visit our temples. They are modest, but quite nice.
And are we talking to Earth Templars?
No, there's no Templars here.
I want to go to the temples, and if they have a silt one, I wanna show them my silt spear, the gargantuan silt spear I carry on my back,
Okay.
and show them it lets me walk on silt.
Okay. So, walking down the street, you go to the Temple of Silt. You find some monks. The whole place is dusty as hell. Each of the monks has like an aura of dust around them.
I'm gonna put my silt mask on just to be safe, just to make sure I don't get silt in my lungs and stuff.
Yeah, the monks, they're like coughing because they've got silt lung and they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. it's a blessing.
I'm gonna just
Fucking
like, if they have
focus.
silt in there, I'm like, they have a silt pool or something like that, I'm just gonna walk on their pool
Okay.
with silt.
Show off. They're impressed. They clap.
I wanted to show them the spear and just let them revere me as a god or something. I don't know if they'll do that. Like I have earth artifacts, so I just want to show them that they're in good hands of a fire zealot.
All right.
Nancy, can I go to the Earth Temple and ring my one dwarf?
You go to the Earth Temple. You're met by a priestess named Silana Wind Whisper. She asks what she can do for you.
Is the name kind of? Never mind. Nothing. I just want to come here to see so I can tell a friend that I went here later on.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
you can say that you have officially visited the Earth Temple of Dusthaven. And she'll show you around. She'll say, look at these pillars. This, a pillar of granite. This, a pillar of flint. This, a pillar of marble.
You guys happen to have a hole that you're trying to reach the center of the earth with?
We have a quarry. We've dug quite deep in parts of it.
It's not the same.
We get closer to what we worship, deep into the earth.
Oh, hold on. Do you guys how many members do you have?
Currently, it's just me.
You're not gonna believe this. Hold on. I want to take out that sending stone he gave me. Hey man, I found someone that's just like you, bro.
Who are you talking to, Desverendi?
No, remember that dwarf in the Earth Temple? Is that his name?
The dwarf in the air temple.
No, the Earth Temple.
Earth temple. Man, what was his name? I forget.
He gave me a sending stone because I said I want to keep in contact.
Yeah. So you get some earth priests in contact with each other. They have a long conversation about minerals.
Is he selling anything?
No. They are taking donations, though, if you wish to contribute to the church, if you're a worshipper of the earth.
I'll donate. I'll put in 10 silver pieces.
Ooh, 10 silver. She thanks you, and she'll give you a blessing.
Thank you. Nice. That's my charitable act for the next 10 years. Alright. Oh, are we?
All right. You step out into the plaza. You can see there's a well here.
Well with water?
Yep, drinkable water. So if you need to refill your water skin, that's the spot to do it.
I'll do it there.
Okay. While you're gathering water, you run into one of the Sand Riders.
Okay, man. How's it going? A brother from another mother, what's up?
Let's see. It's a woman. She's crying.
What's Can I ask her what the problem is?
Okay. She looks up. She can tell that you are also a half-elf.
Oh, what gave it away? I pose.
She says, "Oh, you're like us. We don't get many outsiders around here." She wipes the tears away from her eyes and she says, Don't mind me. It's just that my Yalvash, he's been arrested and he's being held, and it's got me so worried.
Your what?
Yalvash, my son.
Oh, what did he do?
He spoke ill of Tor Grimclaw.
You got arrested for that?
Yes, he was arrested for speaking up against him, saying that we've been treated poorly.
Well, he was describing the system. I thought it sounded a lot like less elaborate slavery. I didn't want to say anything though.
He did nothing wrong, and he's been arrested. He's such a young man. He's only 17. He didn't do anything. He just spoke a few words. She cries and sobs a little bit.
Is there any way I can help that you know of, or do I got free right here?
She holds her hands out helplessly and says, "What can be done? The Grim Claws are too powerful."
I see.
After saying that, she'll talk a little bit about the history of the town. She'll say, a long time ago, there was a group of Kank riders. These Kank riders, they were Altaruk Kank riders, but they had grown tired of the battles with the giants, veterans of the war with the giants that happened some 50 years back. I don't know if you've heard of it. But after the war, they didn't want to stay in Altaruk, and they traveled here. And along their travels, they encountered a group of elves. And they traveled together for some time, the elves being nomadic, and the Kank Riders joining them in their nomadic travels. And eventually, they formed into a tribe, which eventually became us, the Sand Riders. The Kank Riders and the Clearwater Elves, they came together. We used to be the Sand Runner Elves when we were the Clearwater Elves, but we call ourselves the Sand Riders now, since our forefathers were the Kank Riders and we're human. So, our half-elf tribe has lived here for 3 generations, although originally it was just the Sand Riders here, and we were just simple farmers. But then the Grimclaws came, and the Grimclaws took over this town by force.
I see.
So it's one of those situations where sort of a group of bandits finds a little town, and then they just decide, hey, we're the boss of this town now. We're the leaders of this town.
The Grimclaws are the free slaves, right?
Oh, that's what they said. But according to this half-elf, they were actually just bandit raiders that took over this half-elven town. But it's been that way. It's been that way for generations. So this isn't like a recent event. This is like stuff that their grandfathers did to each other.
Darn hells.
Wait, what'd you say, Greaves?
Darn hells taking over the land of the half-elf.
Exactly. Thank you, Greaves.
Well, the Grimclaws are human.
Even worse.
Can we roll insight?
Sure.
I'll roll insight. Hold on. Wait, is the party with me, or is it just me?
I can do one insight as well.
Wait, where are you still inside the temple, or no? You went somewhere else.
He's at the well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would go to the wall with you to get more water.
Okay. Glug glug.
Insight.
Free water.
This is, the one I'm in is silt, and then this one's what?
The Temple of Earth, and the other one
Earth?
is the Temple of Sand.
Sand, okay.
I got a 4. It doesn't matter to me. I believe it.
24 insight check.
Yeah, it sounds like she's telling the truth.
Alright, guys. So are we going murder party here? Because I feel like it hasn't felt as yet.
What are we doing?
Killing? Question mark?
Or are we killing the that house that we just ate dinner at.
I mean, if you say it like that.
I mean, there's still another like big house that they said was like in charge here, and I want to ask about that one. Are they also kind of just like raiders that took over the town?
Wait, what?
They said that there's like what's his name, the leader of the city. He
Tor
said that there's
Grimclaw?
like yeah, Tor Grimclaw said that there's like another sort of like ruling house that's kind of here.
Oh, no. He's talking about the half-elves. So there's the Grimclaws and the Sand Riders. Those are the two families.
Yeah, so I was saying, oh, is this one person that's crying from the Sand Riders?
This is Liana Sandrider.
Okay.
Person that got arrested. We should probably try to free her son. Can we talk to her?
So, hang on. Liana is going to quiet you, and she'll say, "Careful, you will also be arrested if they overhear you speaking ill of the Grimclaws."
They wouldn't dare.
She says, in a hushed tone, "If you wish to speak of these things, you should talk to Arya, and she'll tell you about a house in the slums where Arya lives, and you can go talk to Arya Sandrider."
Is the slums the central part of the city with all the smaller houses?
Yeah, right in the middle of town.
Okay. We will go look for Arya and meet with her.
Okay. You travel to
I
the
wanna,
center of the slums.
Before they do all that, I wanna run into them so I can go with them. But
Sure.
I wanna just hit all the other temples and show off the hammer and the silt and the silt strider.
Are you pulling up to a church to collect your religious artifacts?
Hell yeah! Cause I'm gonna get favor with them. I'm just gonna have some conversation, learn about them. Blah 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 blah. Let's. I want to just throw a religion check in there just to be clear.
Sure.
You pull up the church,
See if I can learn why they have the. I just want to learn why they have all of them separated and stuff like that, and they're all kind of Earth related, and they don't have other ones in here either.
I mean, if you had the blood of Jesus Christ, are you not
16.
gonna roll up to church and be like, look what I got?
That's your religion check, though, right?
Yep, 16.
Okay. So you do a religion check, and this is you going around showing your hammer with all the religious import that it deserves as a proper artifact of the earth. And because you know all the proper ceremony and pomp and circumstance, all of them are going to be super impressed, and they're all going to do their own religious checks. So when you go to the Silt Temple, they rolled a 3. They were not very good at it. When you go to the Earth Temple, they roll a nat 20. So,
Yeah, that's my girl.
yeah, that was the one that Sol just talked to. Solana Wind Whisperer is a really good Earth Cleric. She must be high level. And then you go to the Sand Temple, and they got a 16, so they were pretty good. It almost seems like that person at the Silt Temple is a poser. Like, they don't know what they're talking about.
I got that then. Can I insight check that with my -2?
If you want.
He is in that one. You hear her
hold
beyond
on.
the shadow of a
Hold
doubt
on.
that he is-
Oh my god! That's a 17.
You feel like they're just new at the job.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. But they are Earth religious people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. They just don't know what they're doing. I'll give them some words of advice, being that we've walked through the silt on giant back, and I'll tell them about that stuff, and give them advice to. Why I told them why I'm wearing like the bandana and stuff, like covering from the silt, and tell them they should extend their lives by not breathing as much silt. You know, bathe in the silt. Don't eat the silt.
It's the sacrament! And he has one of those, like, incense burning things, only there's just a cloud of silt coming out of it.
Yeah. I just want to explain to him, you know, like silt gives and the silt takes, you know. So, anyways, let's go with these guys.
All right, you
As
travel
I
to the
walk out one of
slums.
them, I just run in there. I'm like, ah, guys doing?
In the middle of
Never
town,
seen
you
this
find what is
ever.
called the Dustfall Quarter, where many small, dilapidated buildings contain the poorer folk. You're immediately greeted by a young man who introduces himself as Zarak, the Dust Rider. And he's a guide, and he says for 1 copper piece, he can show you all around.
I give him a copper piece, like a ceramic piece.
Yeah, ceramic piece.
I'll give him 10.
10. All right. He whistles, and he pockets it, and he says, all right.
Yeah, ever since I got a lot of money, I've just been flexing. I see the religious thing now. I don't think that's less of a problem.
Okay, he shows you around town. He says, here's where all the dogs pee. Over here is where we once had a mechalop, but he died, and then everybody ate it, and it was a big feast, and then
Is it good?
it was all right. It was all right. Over here, this used to be a warehouse before they closed it down to build the big warehouse to the southwest. Over here, this is where some of the important family members of the Sandrider family live. We got Lirin and
It's a bit
Khan.
dilapidated for a high-ranking family member house, ain't it?
Well, we live meager lives here. We're not
Meager?
paid very well. There's not much of an economy in a secret village.
I ask him why it's secret.
Well,
Slaves.
we don't want to become slaves. I don't know if you've heard, but there are slavers out there that'll capture people and bring them to the big city states and sell them off.
And I don't know
Sold
because-
like meat. Can you imagine?
How close are they to us?
What?
What'd you say?
To Tyr?
It's a tier. Yeah.
Like 20 miles.
Damn. I didn't
Like
know
so,
that.
less than a day's march.
1 day's
Oh,
travel.
fuck.
That's how much you travel in a day.
Wait, they just been at our doorstep?
Why don't they just? They haven't realized that we're free. Oh, they just avoid us
They
essentially.
did not. They did not know we were a free state. I told that to Torque Grimclaw, and he was like, "What? What the fuck?"
There's no roads here. There's no traders that travel through here. They try not to be noticed, so they have
So they don't get out much.
an internal economy that doesn't connect to any of the wider world.
Oh.
I'll tell the sand guy about the free city of Tyr and how it's like a million times better here probably than for you.
Okay, so the Sand Riders are probably going to be very interested in relocating to Tyr because many of them will complain that their quality of life is pretty bad here.
Actually, can I make a song about it and like perform?
Sure.
Oh, you're gonna make an uprising. Don't do
Are
That's my exact plan.
are all of the bigger houses? Are all of them like on the outside of this slum area? Are all of those owned by the Grimclaw family?
Coincidentally, yes.
that. Right again.
Can I roll for my uprising song then, Jay?
Yeah, roll it.
I'm rolling again in chat.
And how do the are the Sand Rider people? Are you all mainly I guess like labor workers, or what kind of trade do you guys?
Most of us work in the fields. Some of us work in the quarry. We collect roots from the fields to the southwest. A lot of digging is involved. It's laborious, hard work.
Wait, hold on, give me a little bit.
Well, if you guys can, we already offered toward Grimclaw if anybody in the city wanted to relocate to Tyr, which is a free city, we'd welcome you guys.
We advise you.
Yeah.
You're gonna take his workforce away from him. You know that, right?
Okay, so many of them are going to like the
Yeah,
idea of a
it'll work.
free city they can escape to. That interests some of them.
Do we have time? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, why were we flying over this?
Like freeing basically secondary slaves.
So Taro's not here, but this was going to be en route to something Taro wanted to do out east of Silver Springs in the ruins of Othand.
Okay. No, I just I wanna offer because I don't know if these people are combat ready or anything like that.
But I'll ask them.
No, no, these are like peasants mostly.
Yeah, I'll offer to escort them.
Yeah, I was ready to say we could escort you guys.
Ah, they like that idea. Okay, so you're gonna meet with Vasha Sandrider and her friend Arya, and they're going to tell you probably shouldn't speak too openly about this sort of thing. You never know, somebody might turn informant. You can't trust everybody. So Vasha's going to tell you that she's been planning something for a while. She specializes. She's a guerrilla warfighter. She specializes in sort of subversive combat techniques, and she's been planning a bit of a rebellion around here.
Tell her, no worries. Like, you don't have to rebel. This is a free colony. Like, this is.
Hold on, don't tell her she might have to rebel yet. I'm still trying to do myself.
Oh.
So he had a 16 on his rebellion song, so they're fired up at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you could just relocate. You don't even have to. Take all your belongings and let's go.
I don't think I've ever wrote that low in a performance, so I'm checking my performance to see if I wrote right.
So Vasha's going to say there's too much bad blood between the Sand Riders and the Grim Claws. They've done us dirty for too many generations. 3 generations of them dominating us by force, and we've put up with it and put up with it. We're the weaker family. We didn't have the arms or the weapons, but we've been collecting weapons and in training in secret. And I've got a couple of good friends here, and things have been pretty bad. The arrest of Yalvash after he spoke up, he's just a young man. He didn't do anything wrong. And Garrick. Poor Garrick just turned up dead one day, and nobody's explained it.
Ninja.
Yeah.
I just checked my character sheet more accurately. It would have been a 19.
A 19? Great. It's even better.
Yeah. I say yes. This is unjust. We should all. Well, you guys should all just leave.
So a few of the Sand Riders are looking for a little bit of revenge, and they want to free Yalvash at least.
Isn't that her son?
That is Leanna's son Yalvash. He's been arrested for speaking ill of Tor Grimclaw and the Grimclaw clan.
I'm down for that. It's like the.
Can they tell me where he's located?
Ah, he's being held in a building in the north part of town, guarded by the Grimclaw clan.
I'd like to sneak in there and just rescue him.
They arch an eyebrow and look up at you, 14 feet tall. I don't think you'll be sneaking anywhere.
I'm gonna show them my stealth abilities.
You hide behind a lamp and become invisible.
No. Yeah, exactly. I go.
They stand really still.
I say. I tell them, come find me in. I'm the best hide and seek player ever. Come find me in 10 seconds. And I go back over there. I turn invisible, and I lose my stealth to walk away. 25.
Damn, that's actually pretty good.
25 stealth, and I walk away and go to the other side. And as they walk into the corner and they try to see me.
Vasha knows where you are. Arya does not. Vasha's impressed, though. She had a hard time finding you. You move quite stealthy for a big man.
But like butterfly, thing like me.
Oh my.
So she says basically it's just us two. I haven't been able to really make sure that everybody else would be on board.
Need help with that?
Can you go invisible?
With that song of yours, you could probably inspire a few of us. Should we invite the Sand Riders to a party?
Yeah, I am. Can I drop a few? I was about to say a few beans, but get out of character. Can I drop a little bit of money? You know, just a little bit to make it grand.
Sure.
It's just and very secretive. Actually, we should probably.
Okay, so you throw a
Yes,
secret
yes.
rebellion party where you play rebellious anti-government songs.
Can I roll that?
While they do that, I want to go rescue their friend so they'll be the crown of the party.
Sure.
You're doing that alone by yourself?
I'm invisible. I can fly. All I gotta do is get him out of the room.
I mean, yeah, I can do that too, but I'm just saying. All right. Can I roll a ninja?
Go ahead.
You're not gonna be like in a locked jail cell or something?
I'm sure I'll be in a locked jail cell, but I got 30 strength. If I can't pick the lock, then I'll just break it.
Wait, are you proficient in thieves' tools?
I am not.
Can I get
Oh, okay.
I usually just jam the pick in there and just
Yes.
like try to turn it.
Yes, you can have guidance.
guidance to D4, right?
Like I tried.
Yes.
Smash!
I'm still waiting for Orin to teach me.
And I can use a mirror, and then you can cast Bardic Inspiration, and then it just reflects on you.
24.
So you put on an even more intense performance. Yeah, everybody is impressed.
The Bardic Inspiration mirror trick. I aspire myself. Just wink.
Man, my tattoo's fucking killing me right now.
Yeah.
You got a new tattoo?
Yeah, it's healing,
Whatever,
and it's
totally.
like excessively hitchy right now.
Put some what do you call it?
Camo
Ointment,
lotion?
yeah. No.
Yeah, I got balm, I got like lotion, I got everything, but it's in this stage where I can't stop the hitching.
Mm,
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I have to go take a shit.
needs
Okay.
more water.
I just washed it and everything. No, it's just like it's the peeling stage. There's not much I can do about that. I gotta let it heal. And it's not a small tattoo, so
Can I go get this guy real quick, Ninja?
I need you to make 3 rolls for me.
Which rolls? What's my rolls? I'm in. When she points it out to me, I want to find the. Oh, I would ask you to be Berkeley inspired too, just in case I need it. I'm sure he'll give it to me. Let's,
Okay, so you need to make a dexterity stealth.
Okay, hold on. I got it up already. Hmm. 19. Hold on. I'll throw my bardic inspiration on that one. Hold on. Was it a D8 or a D10? Can't remember. We'll just go with D8. Yeah, that's better. 25.
25.
Yeah.
So you are invisible and you move in silently. So you fly over the walls of the building into a courtyard, and inside the inner courtyard of the building, where it's not really open, where from the ground level you wouldn't be able to see it, but down in the middle of the courtyard there's a stockade with a young man with his head and his hand stuck into it.
Got you. Do I see any guards like visibly looking over here and like?
I'm gonna need a perception check.
Okay, perception. I use my no direction, so. Oh, do I have to? It's just a. As a bonus action, you determine which way is north. Is that a spell? Is that gonna cancel my stealth?
I think that's probably just like looking at the stars, looking for the North Star.
Yeah. I'll use that, which gives me an hour of advantage on. Well, that's text to net. Survival, nature, and perception.
I'm gonna say it doesn't help in this situation. You're just looking around.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay.
I mean, if you're flying in from a distance, maybe a spyglass would help in this situation.
Do I have a spyglass? Oh.
Wasn't there one in the treasure recently? I think it went into the bag of holding.
Yeah, I think it's Ingermorn's bag, but that's not what I'm looking. Second. I think I had something already though. Oh, I need to put Notepad++ on here. This is janky. I'm sorry. One second. I'm just. Oh, I had goggles. Goggles of night. That's something different.
Yeah, it wouldn't help here.
Oh no, those are what's her names? Hey, I'm sorry. I need to do a +3 d20. Okay. Ah, 19.
Okay, with a 19, you can spot that there are currently 5 guards looking into the courtyard.
So I can't just pull him out. Are they like, they're just like kind of looking into the courtyard, sitting there? They're not looking away? No one's walking away, nothing like that? It's not
So,
like trolls.
At the corners of the courtyard, there's sort of like a tower, and each tower has some guards in it. So there's one man in each tower, and then there's a 5th man that's by the front gate. And all of them are just sort of looking around casually, and would probably notice any movement.
Are they close enough to each other that they're talking to each other?
No. They're separated.
Alright. I hate to do it, but I want to go up. I'm gonna come out of there individually. I don't want to kill anybody, but I want to go to each one silently from behind and put them to sleep. Just choke them out. Very quietly. Is that a thing? Can I do that?
Stealth grapple. While you're hidden from your target, as long as your stealth check total or passive stealth are above the passive perception of all nearby targets, you can come out of stealth and perform an opposed grapple check with advantage.
Cool. And I have a +20. So they have to.
I got +57.
I rolled like a 10.
I got a +20 on all my grapple checks.
You win.
Okay. So you put him into a silent takedown. If your target's already grappled and gagged, let's see, gag. You attempt to gag the target's mouth to prevent it from making any sound. Make another opposed grapple check with your target. We'll just assume that you're going to succeed on all of these.
Should he do a grapple check to make sure that he's not like breaking his spine and stuff?
No, that's fine. Basically, you're making a bunch of very easy and almost impossible to fail grapple checks. You go in, you gag them, and then you do the silent takedown and choke them out, and they go down. So you're gonna do that for all 5 of them?
All 5 of them.
All right.
And then I'm gonna just go in there to the if I have all 5 that I can see, no one's looking anymore.
Yep.
Would I have had a chance to check additional targets, like additional perception checks?
You can roll it again if you want.
I was gonna see if I score higher and see if I see anybody else, just in case.
I mean, if somebody else was looking, they might come wondering why everybody's laying on the ground now.
Yeah, still see. After all that, my adrenaline's kind of pumping.
You finish the last guard off, and then you just wait for a minute and look around. Nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to the thing, and I'm not even gonna tell him I'm there yet. I'm gonna just look at the lock and see if I can pick it. I'm gonna try
Okay.
to pick it. I don't have any proficiency, so this is the raw 20. Oh, wait, I have sleight of hand. Can I sleight of hand it?
No, it's got to be a lockpick.
So this is a 0. Just gonna try to pick it, but we'll try.
A thieves'
14.
tools proficiency check.
14.
You fail.
That's fine.
Do you want to brute force it?
I take the pick that I put in there. I just kind of smash the pick into the lock.
All right.
And bust it open with a
Strength check.
like 35.
All right. You rip it right in half.
I'm like, whatever. And I just undo the stockade and
Okay,
Is he awake?
Yelvash.
Is he asleep?
Yelvash springs right up and he looks around and says, "Whoever you are, thank you." He's got like red marks around his wrists and around his neck, so he rubs at his neck and coughs a couple times and says, "Oh, it's good to be free from that thing, blasted bastard, that Tor Grimclaw."
I tell him shush, shush, shh, and I pick him up.
Yeah.
I grab him and I say, "We're going now." Tuck yourself into like a little ball.
Okay.
Like, and then as I grab him and hold him, like in my arms, like covered up in my arms, underneath my cloak, I'm gonna go invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna fly away with him.
Okay.
Like tucked into my arms, so like he's kind of obscured.
Gotcha.
And then we're gonna fly back over to the place.
All right. You escape to the rebel hideout with Yelvash. Mission accomplished.
While they're in full swing of the party, I'm just gonna walk in and be like, "You guys start without us?" And I bring him in, and then I come out of invisibility, and then he probably looks at me. He's like, "Oh my god, I knew you were big, but what the fuck?"
Yes, cause for celebration. You have freed him. Good job, Taurus.
Hey, it was nothing. I just had to make a few guards go 90-90.
You didn't kill him, right? Not permanent 90-90?
No, I wouldn't do that. They just... Hey, you want to see what I did? Come here.
Nah, it's okay, I trust. although we might have wanted to make them go permanent 90-90 as we're planning on rebelling.
All right. So everybody is overjoyed. Most especially Leanna is overjoyed to get her son back.
Now we can all leave and go back to what you call it.
So let's see. Leanna has now joined the rebels.
We can go back to Tyr.
Yalvash is now one of the rebels. Okay, the rebel group has now grown to 4.
Totally not Jared in a trench coat.
Okay, there's another matter.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Baby.
Hey,
There we go. I joined last time and everything was fucking up and it was weird. And
I just went over to the place and they were all looking at the guy. So I stared at everybody. I found out the 5 guards that I saw, and went back to each one individually and choked them out.
why not
I
just
got-
like Like, go uninvisible, holding on to bro, and then dimension door out.
I don't have that. It's not me. What's wrong with you? But anyways, no, I let them. I got him out. No one saw us. No one saw us. He's just gone now.
Okay, so for those of you who stayed at the party, there's a man here named Karn. And Karn, he's upset. He's upset because his son Garrick has been murdered.
I'd say arrested again, like another one.
No. He was murdered, straight up killed, and nobody's doing anything about it. And he says, since you've been so helpful, since you brought Yalvash back for sweet Leanna, maybe you could help me too. Maybe you could get some revenge for my dead son, or at least find out who killed him.
Yes.
Oh, you don't even know what he was murdered?
Yes.
It's a murder mystery.
Who did it?
Who done it?
Oh, fuck. I thought we were just going to do something.
I mean, you're welcome to assume it was the Grim Claws, but there's no proof.
I mean, yeah, it'd be a lot easier if it was. Is it that simple?
Do you have any leads?
Garek is going to say that Karn... Or no, I had that backwards. Karn is going to say that Garek was an expert in hand-to-hand combat, and he favored a pair of short blades that he always carried on him. And he was a little bit drunk, they say. He was leaving the tavern, but he can handle himself against almost anything, right? But he was found the next morning, dead as a doornail, laying face down in the mud.
Was anything stolen?
Nothing was stolen.
Did he have any external wounds, or was it poison, or how did he die?
There was a couple spots on his body that were blackened.
Blackened. So it was either poison. Did you guys is there a body?
We buried him.
Where?
You don't intend to dig me son up, do you?
Vermorn, do you have speak with dead?
Oh wait, hold on, wait.
Wait, you want to speak to my dead son? Can this be done? He says in disbelief.
Wait, fuck. No,
Don't put ideas in his mind.
He's gone.
Everything's possible with the power of flames, right?
Yes. But the soul might be agonizing in flames, though.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want that.
Wait, do you have speak with dead friends?
Yeah, but I'd have to go and learn it.
Dig him up.
It's not something I keep in my.
We tell him, just tell us where he's at. We can I roll a deception check? We swear we won't dig him up.
Yeah, roll it. I'm gonna roll an insight on that one. All right, let's see.
I can defensively, with a little bit of preparation, be ready to do the.
Can I like
incantation if needed?
Can I nudge Grimorn in the arm, let him know about the for sure lie? Like, come on, guidance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, we have time. I am gonna bless the crops around here as well, so we might as well just stay at A.
Not gonna ask what he rolled.
So I just broke this guy out, and then we're gonna do all this stuff that we could have done.
Well, I don't imagine it took you 8 hours to break the guy out, so.
17.
I thought we were breaking him out so we can just leave right away. Oh.
Oh no, we're starting.
You guys
a
don't want to
revolution
talk
here.
with the
We
dead?
talk about
Like,
Man, I had a 16. You beat me by 1.
you guys don't want to talk with the dead? What?
Yes, that's what we're doing.
I do.
Okay, you have successfully deceived him that his son is not going to be dug up out of his recent grave and messed with. That would be really disrespectful, but it's a good thing he doesn't think you're going to do that. He tells you where his son is so you can go pay your respects respectfully to his corpse.
We're not gonna do that. Ain't that right, Creeps?
We will pay for him and tell him we will get revenge for him.
Exactly. The totally morally questionable cleric will not do anything.
No, we could never do anything like that.
All right, so he will tell you.
Exactly.
He will tell you, although he's hesitant to do so. He will say the burial place is by the old ruins to the south, and he'll indicate a spot, which I'll put on the map here. Let's see.
Hey, which one of these buildings is the ruins? This little hole over here?
He'll tell you that his son is buried in a plot, which is somewhere over here.
Wait, a plot somewhere? What if we just like there's multiple dead bodies?
This is the graveyard. He's going to tell you his son is buried in the graveyard over here. He's got a little headstone with his name carved in it.
Oh, okay, I was getting ready to say, well, trial and error, guy.
Yeah, we built a little graveyard. There's an old ruin. It's quite tall, some sort of ancient tower. Mostly collapsed. But we have a little graveyard that's there in between the fields in the shade of the old ruin.
Interesting. You guys ready to go pay your respects, or is there something?
Okay, so while you're planning to head out, some of the Sand Riders, namely the rebel leader Vasha, her Lieutenant Arya, and the newly freed Yalvash and his mother Liana, who are all avowed rebels now, they're talking about how they're going to safely smuggle Yalvash and cover up that he's gotten free. Obviously, the Grimclaws will suspect what we've done, and they're not going to believe us if we just lie about it. It might not even be safe after tonight.
Do you have the book, The Ivory Triangle?
The Ivory Triangle. Let me
Box
check.
set? It's a Dark Sun box set.
Yeah, I got it.
This guy is offering to sell it all. What, Road to Uruk?
Oh, like a physical copy?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty neat. Did you know they make reprints of the Dark Sun books?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I learned about this recently. I was really tempted to grab a couple of them just because I like them
Those,
so
though.
much.
Is that a third party?
Hang on, let me find the image here. I'll drop it into the Discord so you can look at it.
That's kind of neat. Very niche, though, no?
I think you can see the name of the publisher at the bottom there. It's Old School Essentials.
Oh, so it's a different company, huh?
But yeah, they make actual reprints of the books with cool artwork.
Ah. Yeah, they look pretty good quality, huh?
Hell yeah. That's why I was tempted. I was like, oh, I could totally buy these. It would be awesome to have them physically.
What is it?
I like that. Yeah, it's a different company.
Like, at least these two right here, the Player's Guide and the Dungeon, like the Game Master's Guide, like those two are like the main ones to run the game.
The Dragon.
They wouldn't have any of the adventures, but with those two, at least you can basically make stuff up. Okay, so you guys are headed to the grave.
Oh,
You travel to the southwest. You travel through the root fields and past the ruins and arrive at the graveyard.
You gotta speak with Dead Ready, Creeps.
Oh, you need a long rest for that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So here's a question.
Yeah, I do need to rest.
You have been invited to stay with the Grimclaws. Do you return to the Grimclaw Manor?
I got other options. What about you guys?
what are you talking about? These are my people.
The Grimclaws?
Oh, these guys. You should all stay together, to be honest, though.
I mean, we could probably learn more if we go there. They don't suspect us of anything, right?
Well, you do an insight check. See if they expect us. Expect us.
So they might not have learned about the escape yet, but if you guys don't show up tonight, will they become suspicious?
You gotta keep up appearances, man. Plus, we can
Gotta make sure we
get
don't
access
seem
to their leader.
suspicious.
We can just put their leader in a fucking choke lock, you know? We can kidnap the leader, hold him for ransom. Let
Yeah,
these
pin on
people
him.
go.
Let my people go. I can't sleep. I can, but not on Twitch. Not on Twitch. How many
You
people are
can't
watching right
say
now?
that.
Can I say it?
I wouldn't
How many
recommend it.
People are watching right now? like two, one, like what they.
I am
Twitch
watching,
robot.
but yeah, the Twitch robot would definitely catch it. They don't like that shit.
Man.
You know what they do like? Titties. If you got some of those, dump them
Yeah,
out.
that's true. Only the
Is
top
there
part.
like a streamer who was like streaming topless?
They're good with the titties, just not the nipples.
I don't think they're topless. It's probably one of those ones where they're like tastefully painting themselves,
Yeah. Yeah.
Artistic expression.
right?
Yeah.
They are the canvas. Their body is the canvas, and that's their artistic expression. You have to
So
respect
if
it.
if I take my dick and I dip it in like a vat of paint, is that artistic?
And just smear it on a canvas like you're painting with your dick.
I don't know if that's the thing.
And then you put on a big fake Bob Ross afro and you say, I'm painting the happy little trees with my dick.
Yo, this is like the weirdest porn.
Little mushrooms.
Little mushroom
I'm
heads.
painting little mushroom prints.
Yep.
Happy little mushroom. Happy little dick. Happy little mushroom.
Yeah, and I always finish my painting with a little bit of white goo, just for highlights.
You're gonna have happy little
Oh
accidents.
my god. I feel like this is like a something for an OnlyFans. I think you're on the wrong
I'm
site.
gonna add a bit of the light reflecting. Just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this water look more natural.
Hey, Skywell, just in
Do
time.
you like pictures of mushrooms, Skywill?
Oh
You're
yeah,
at the perfect time, Sky Will. Hello.
yeah. Especially there's a very phallic mushroom. It reminds me of some of these forest trips we do to science club. Like glistening in the morning. Yeah.
All right. So, Will, the recap. The players discovered that the Grimclaws are bad guys, that they've been mistreating the working class, that they have arrested people for talking badly of them. Taurus went and freed young Yalvash, who was being held prisoner in a stockade in one of the manors. They then learned that there was a murderer. Karn's son Garrick was killed. Sol wants to investigate the corpse. Grimorn is going to use Speak with Dead, but he needs to rest first. So in order to do the rest, the question is, where do they take the rest? If they don't return to the manor of the Grimclaws, it'll look suspicious. Now, they've been invited to stay there. The Grimclaws said, don't go stay with those poor people in some common room of a tavern. Stay with me in one of my guest rooms. You'll love it. There's delicious food, servants, you'll be taken care of. Live the lavish lifestyle that Tyrian diplomat deserves as a business partner with me and my quarry, they say.
And they're the
I was.
party's
just thinking-
been planning on assisting with an insurrection with the poor people against the leader that he wants us to go stay at his house.
Yes, the Green Square is the rebel headquarters right here.
Aren't they a bit rich
Scan
for
writer.
escaped slaves? They're a bit rich for escaped slaves, aren't they?
Who?
They're raiders.
So these people haven't been slaves ever.
Oh.
They're just
Desert
wage
raiders.
slaves. They're just wage slaves like
Yeah.
us.
I mean, technically they are paid. They're just not paid very much.
Right. So, and one more thing. Where is this? Is this close to Tyr?
20 miles to the southwest of Tyr.
So 20 miles is too far away to do anything. Like, we're a couple of days away.
So
No,
the way I
okay.
explained it is that normally you would travel along the roads, but because you guys can fly now, you're just flying over the desert. So when you were flying back from the forest west of Alteruk towards Tyr, you flew over some open desert, and you happened to spot this town that wasn't on any maps.
Okay.
So secret village, 20 miles southwest in the desert, in the deep desert in the middle of nowhere, off the road. Traders never go there.
Now this got the rich, manor house guy wants traders to start coming there.
So he has been quarrying here, and he would sell the stone that he's having the sand riders cut out of the quarry. He's paying them very little, and they're doing this really tough work, cutting these stones out of a quarry, and then he'll sell those stones to Tyr, and then he'll pocket most of the money. That's his plan.
Right. Okay. Huh. Well, I'm definitely on board with what you've been planning so far.
Now there's only 4 rebels, but Soul has been playing a really badass rebel song with a 19 and then a 24 when he did a what do they call that? Where the band comes back and does it again, like a encore. So he did an encore and he got an even better roll of 24 that time. So his
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men?
So even though there's 4 official rebels, he's probably inspired more rebellious thought among the regular Sandrider clan.
Song of a
Funny
people
thing,
who
that's
will
a
not
really
be
low
slaves
roll.
again.
He's playing Eat the Rich song.
Okay.
Okay, nobody recognized that from Les Miserables?
Nope.
No,
Oh, dang. Okay, well,
I'm too young.
Okay.
Okay, watch it later. I'll put it in chat.
So, party, official decision. Where do you spend the night to do your rest?
The manor. How about the manor?
In the manor, hold up appearances.
Okay. You go to the manor house. The servants direct you to one of the guest rooms. The guest rooms have silk sheets and stand mirrors, like steel polished stand mirrors that you can look at yourself in. It's very ritzy, and they have food and water and all the amenities. Compared to what you saw in the poor parts of the slums, like they're living very well off the working class here.
Common. This is adequate. Common Tyrian room.
Common for the Tyrian heroes.
And Will, since Oren just built a manor himself, he knows that this manor that the Grimclaws live in is probably like north of 250 gold coins. So they're living very rich for a poor little town in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Well, that's the best place for me to stay the night. I mean, I would like to stay with the people and talk about strategy and stuff, but for my talents to be best used, I should stay the night with him.
Okay.
I'll talk about merchant. I'll I am not the best debutante. I can kind of talk my way around, like, oh, I know what merchants do and things of that nature, but
They run over people.
Right.
Okay, a couple things are going to happen.
I'll give lots of oohs and ahs and the right time and things like that. Yes, go ahead.
A couple things are going to happen like 2 hours into the rest. There's going to be a bit of a commotion. And at that point, Sarka Grimclaw is going to run through the house screaming at the guards, "Find him! Find who got him out! Find who attacked my guards!" And she's got a big warhammer she's swinging around angrily.
Now, I'm there. Is anybody else there? Right?
This is just sort of something that's being overheard. It's not being spoken directly to you or any of the party, but it's a conversation that's happening outside of your guest quarters.
Oh, so
are we
all
in
decided to
one
sleep.
big guest room, or are we in like multiple guest rooms?
You could each have your own guest room, or you could stay... Like, there are rooms that have multiple beds in them, so it's up to you guys.
But I'm understanding that we all decided to stay in the manor tonight.
Yes, that's what I got.
Okay. All right.
Keeping up appearances, staying in the manor. You were invited to stay there. It would be rude not to.
Right. Right.
And it makes you look
Okay.
guilty as sin.
Right. So I will say, "Oh, Miss, what happened? How can I help? They got your guard. That he was attacked."
Okay, when you come out of your room, she notices you overheard what she was saying, and she said, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We had a minor situation dealing with a criminal who committed a crime, but he seems to have made an escape. Don't worry about it, though. He's no threat. As you can tell, we've got guards that are handling the situation. So remain in your rooms here, and all is well. Continue resting. Enjoy the food." She smiles broadly. She's going to use a charisma check to tell you nothing's wrong. She rolled a 1.
She's sweat dripping down her brow.
You can tell she's got like a twitch like in the corner of her face. Like she's really angry,
Oh yeah.
but she's trying to cover it up with a smile.
I'm not great at navigating situations like this, but I'm going to try to socially navigate the situation and say, "Oh, but did they know who we are? Did they know we're the heroes of Tyr?"
Yeah. You guys introduced yourself, and you
Okay.
spoke about how Tyr is a free city, and you could trade with Tyr and won't have to worry about being enslaved, and they like that idea.
Well, then, what I would like to do is do a social navigation test of trying to say, "No, but we're the heroes of Tyr. It would be dishonorable for us not to intervene and help with this situation. I would like the criminal to be caught. So, if I may help, 17 on persuasion."
I see.
All
I
right.
see ya.
If you can help find him, she'll ask you to help with the tracking. She'll invite
I-
you to the courtyard in this building over here.
Hey, Skywill, I know you just got here. I don't know if you knew this part. I broke him out.
Okay, well then, what I would like to do is
Changes everything. He's like, oh. well.
no. I kind of assumed that, and that can also be part of the psionic link that we have. You know, the little whisper of. By the way, that was me. I'll lead him on wild goose chases. I'll red herrings and everything else. Just the wrong.
Keep them occupied while we take our rest.
But I'll offer lots of great ideas on places to look. You know.
Hey, see, are you there?
While
muted.
you escort them out, does that mean that this place is kind of at lower staffed? It's not the manor's kind of free for us to walk around.
Nah, that's just one person.
Oh.
The whole Grimclaw clan is here. All the close family lives in various rooms here. There's many guards and many servants that are all in the servants' quarters or roaming about in the halls.
I was gonna try to sneak around and see if I could find anything, but that's fine.
In keeping up appearances, one scene that I think might happen is while I'm leading around. I didn't. I'll get her name. I don't know if you have a name prepared for her. But I'll go around kind of not quite, just shy of roughhousing with little people that might be up to no good. You know, we can look through the seedy areas of town. But when I do go push somebody around, I say, be gone. Go get back to work or go to your hovel and be at night. And so, but when I do that, I will do a plant of sleight of hand and plant a couple of ceramic pieces on them, and I'll blow a dice on this if I have to, but use a sonic link and give them a calming assurance. We are here to help. We are here to help rest this, give you more freedom, should you seek it.
Okay.
Something like that.
So you
as I
fake
push
intimidate
back.
some of the peasants in the slum district?
Right.
All right. Oren doing some covering. Along with you, there's so Sarka Grimclaw with her warhammer, and she's also with Vort. Now Vort is a veteran warrior, and he's got this big broadsword made of iron. and he's going to threaten some of the locals with his sword and say, "Oh, you must be hiding, the little bastard. He has to do his time in the stockade now. It's the law, and don't you be disobedient to the law."
Aye.
So the Sand Riders, they don't have much to say. They're just going to sit back.
Okay.
Even if we knew where he was, we wouldn't tell you.
Well,
What's going on exactly?
at some point, I'm going to go ahead and use one of those dice. I'll blow a couple of dice and a couple of ceramic pieces here. I'll mark them off. But I'll have.
Okay, so the
I will
guards
take
are
a guy-
exploring the slums looking for Yalvash to see if they can find him, but he's being pretty well hidden, so they don't find him.
I'll take a guy who I'm, taking into custody, or take his arms behind him, and I'll guide him along. Say he's over in he's in the quarry. He's hiding out in the quarry or something like that. Hopefully
Okay.
he's not actually in the quarry, but like different places,
You spread a false rumor that he's hiding in the quarry somewhere.
Yep.
There are many hiding spots in the quarry, so it's going to take them a while to investigate. So many of the guards are going to move from the slums, where they were searching some of the houses, to the quarry district. It's going to make it a little easier to hide Yalvash.
Because I had no
I
idea
gotta-
where he actually hit him, but I'm just.
Oh,
assuming
I
that was
drew a
good
little
place.
green square around the rebel headquarters here.
I remember that was rebel headquarters, but I didn't assume that's where he was. But now it makes sense. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so
Um,
8 hours go
does
by.
anybody have disguise self?
Yes, I've been waiting for someone to say that.
Oh, okay. Because I would like us to knock out, like to do the same thing. I want to choke out somebody. I want to go stealth. And go into one.
Wait, why is the choking? Why is the choking?
Whoa, 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 whoa! I want you to take their place.
Let him cook.
Well, do they have to be
Oh,
choked? I mean,
not to death. Just knock them out. Like, put them to sleep.
I can actually, if we can get I have the spell seeming. I can make like a group of us seem like.
Sometimes you need to choke a bitch. My pimp hand is strong.
You're the actor. You're the actor, right? You have the performance and all that in the
Well,
deception.
Choke him until he likes it.
Let me cook. So what I want to do is not the leader, but one of maybe his incompetent people that he trusts.
Like a
I
regular
want-
guard. Okay.
No.
He randomly becomes competent.
Someone who he can ask questions, and they'd be like, "I've told you this before," and he expects it from them. Like someone who's just kind of forgetful.
Might be hard for us to ascertain in such a short
Yeah,
time.
like
of
we're
being
gonna
here.
find.
Did we, Ninja? Let me ask. So, based on this perception, well, I'll just use this as a perception for the people that we've met from him. Based on come on, give me a good one. That's a 13. Based on a 13, can we tell that any of these people were kind of a little slow? That weren't as smart as everybody else?
You're looking for somebody with. No, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I'm not gonna finish.
Down
it.
syndrome.
Taurus is gonna like use his tar sense.
It's fine.
So,
The force is strong. in you.
among which group? Are you looking for a dumb Grimclaw?
Yeah, Dumb Grimclaw.
The sped is strong in this one.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you find that there's a man named Ursa. He's a younger Grimclaw, and he's a slow learner. He's like a total novice.
Yeah. I want to go. I want to go to him, and I want to. I will do the same thing I did. I'll have to roll stealth. Can you inspire me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my stealth. I'll go invisible, do my stealth.
It's like that scene from Spider-Verse. You're just like me.
Oh, nat 20. Okay, so 29 stealth inside the place. And I want to go up and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. When I kind of knock that person out. Or, put him in a sleeper hold. And I'm going to have Sia, so a 38 to put him in a sleeper hold. And Sia is going to become that person. And we're gonna hide that one.
It'd be nice if I had his clothes too.
You could have his clothes.
Gonna make him
When you
naked.
do your yeah, take his clothes. Here.
Yeah,
We take his clothes and I tell you to hurry up.
His underwear and hang him upside down and go.
Yeah, we'll gag him and bind him and stuff, and we'll put him under the bed. There you go.
What did I miss?
Ah, you made
They
it.
just choked somebody that was kind of slow to the point where he's probably going to be slower.
He just went to sleep. We said
but
good
not
night.
enough to kill him.
You missed a whole lot of choking. You missed making a painting with a penis.
A lot happened.
But we're putting art to this.
You missed a rebel faction meeting. You almost missed a grave robbery, but not yet.
But anyways, I want to see Mr. Sia go get some information on these guys as one of them. You really want to get information on why they're oppressing these people, and
So they can profit off them. What else?
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I'm saying like why they're holding it, why specifically they're doing it, and look for evidence on it that we can present. I don't know, something to that
What?
effect.
Here?
Yeah, or just anything you can get on them. You know. I don't know. Just wanted you to get into their graces.
I mean, I could do that very easily, like very, very easily. But the problem is, how easily do you want?
Just be one of them.
How convincing?
I want your best performance.
Okay. Train. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
All right. Go cook, man. Now it's your time to cook.
Okay.
Go Heisenberg on that.
Okay, I'd come back. Where am I supposed to be headed?
To go find out what they know and
Go where? Go.
down the hall, like to the king or whatever the Lord's chambers and all that shit. Like
You want to investigate the Grimclaw family?
Yeah. Like
Don't these guys normally have a station or something? I'll go do that.
Okay, so this is the Grimclaw Manor, and there is Torg Grimclaw, who is the patriarch. There is Sarka Grimclaw, who is the eldest daughter of Torg, and she's the one with the warhammer. She's on the war path. She's with a bunch of the guards looking for young Yalvash.
I see what you did there.
There's Dura, the younger daughter of Torg. There's Grom. Grom is Torg's younger brother. There's Hulda. Hulda is Torg's cousin. There's Vort. Vort is Torg's uncle. There's Ursa. Ursa is the young 20-something novice warrior. There's Karnak. Karnak is Torg's father. He's old and retired, former warlord. He's now the family strategist. Then there's Rona. Rona is Torg's sister. Then there's Renna. Renna is Torg's youngest sister. And then there's Throck, which is Dora's close cousin.
Okay.
Can I go? I'll investigate. I'll be right back. Probably.
I think he said he's gonna investigate, but he's gonna be right back. So.
No, like in that's what I said in character.
In character.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm about to go do my job.
All right, roll and investigate.
All right. You said roll an investor. Oh man, you might have fucked me there.
Well, I mean, do you want to roll something else? Do you want to do like a charisma?
Investigation probably the only one that makes sense, isn't it?
Maybe you could do some sort of charisma-based check.
To talk to people and just see.
A
what I can get from
deception,
them.
maybe a deception. Like maybe that's why I said the dumb one, so maybe they'll explain stuff to you. You know.
Deception could work. Could that work?
Sure, give it a shot.
All right. No guidance for this one. Just me in an empty room. By the way, I've been rolling pretty shit tonight, so I'm just warning you that this might not yield anything. Like walk back 10 minutes later, I got nothing. Yeah, like I said, 11.
What were you trying to deceive the person about?
I'm just trying to pass off as just this slow guy.
Ursa.
Which I'm kind of grateful that I'm doing bad at portraying someone stupid. Kind of grateful.
Okay, so that's your role to try to act like Ursa?
That's my role to try to try to get information.
And to get information from them.
Them to tell me something. Do they believe that I'm actually dumb enough to...
Alright. He's going to say, I don't know you well enough to tell you anything about the inner workings of our military, that's for sure.
That's fine. I understand.
He got a 14. He beat you by a little bit.
But I don't know if I can do my do very well.
Now you can use your persuasion and try to beg him to tell you.
Please, I hit my head very hard yesterday. A really rocky rock. It's rocky.
That's okay. They call me a dummy around here, too. I'm used to it.
Dummy? How do you spell that? With a C?
D-U-M-I.
That was quick. That was quick.
Hold on. No, that's my name, stupid. Okay. Is there anything else I gotta roll?
Try somebody else, man.
Yeah, can I try somebody else?
Okay, there's a situation. During the night, Rena has terrible nightmares and lets out a blood-curdling scream.
Man, there's never a dull night in this house, huh?
So, guests
I'm not there, though.
and family members will be awakened to the sound of the scream. Some of the servants will quickly calm anybody who enters the hallway and say, this is a normal occurrence. Rena has night terrors.
So, can I get involved?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so, Taro, this is 20 miles to the southwest of Tyr. While flying back to Tyr, you spotted a town that isn't on the maps, and an investigation was done to learn a little bit about the town. The party came to learn that the town is two families. There's a family of half-elves, and there's a family of humans. The humans are the Grimclaws, and they run this town, but they're the descendants of warlord bandits that basically conquered this town. Originally, this town was some human Kank riders and some Clearwater elves that formed their own tribe, and a couple generations later, all of the half-elves that came from that union are the Sand Rider family, and they're kind of the oppressed underclass in this town, because their ancestors got taken over by these barbarian raiders, the Grimclaws. But now the Grimclaws are like the local nobility, and they say that they give protection to the town by keeping all of the city-states away and keeping the secrecy of the town so nobody gets enslaved here. So theoretically, everybody in this town is free, although they're not very well paid and they're worked to the bone.
Indentured servant.
Yeah.
What is the party even doing?
Currently resting. They were invited to stay at the Grimclaw Manor, even though they are also simultaneously sowing a rebellion at the rebel hideout in the slums in the middle of town. But to keep up appearances, they are staying in the manor with the Grimclaws. And then in the morning, when Grimorn has been able to memorize his spell of Speak with Dead, they're going to go talk to a dead man named Garrick, who was murdered. So it's a murder mystery, and they're trying to figure out and get to the bottom of who killed him.
And Orin is leading them astray so that we can extend our time, so that he can buy time for Grimorn to take his long rest.
And
I
I'm
just
doing a
choked
big
out.
one.
I just covered for Sia by getting one of the people in the family. I choked him out and hid him in our room under the bed. No, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna put him in his room. In his room under the bed.
Since I wasn't here, I would just be just generally sowing chaos and discontent. I don't know if any of
Okay, so that would mean like you attend the party where the rebels were listening to Soul play rebel songs to inspire them, and they're all now talking about how they're going to stop working in the fields, and they're not going to pay their taxes to the Grimclaws because they're mistreating people.
Yeah, I'd just be like messing with them in general.
All right.
Like causing minor mischiefs in the background, making them look incompetent.
Well, most of the Grimclaw guards are looking in the quarry because they were misled into thinking that Yalvash had escaped and fled to the quarry to hide there. So a lot of them, if you're going to mess with them, they're all searching that area.
Aren't there plenty of guards in here?
By making the guys look dumb.
In the manor house, it's mostly the servants and the family, the Grimclaw family. Like, out of the servants, some of them are guards.
You should remotely talk to some of the servants and let them know to get out of here.
Yeah, sure, why not? If anything, I'd probably just be like coordinating their, like empowering the rebellion by using my brain power to look for people who are more receptive to not being the oppressed underclass.
Okay, so in the manor house, these are mostly family and people that are paid well, so they're pretty loyal to the Grimclaws. And then if you want to find the working class people, you'd have to go to the slums or to the south part of town.
At any rate, I'm just gonna be message spelling them en masse. Not like me specifically, but like, man, I wish he understood. And then I would communicate that concept to whoever they were thinking about it to. Or some... You understand what I'm saying, or do I need to elaborate?
Yeah, I'm not sure I get it. Is everybody in town supposed to think they're schizophrenic? They're getting weird messages from nowhere?
Worked for me.
You should like send a message to everyone, be like, we shouldn't be oppressed. We shouldn't be oppressed. Like that kind of stuff. Like rebel type
I
messages.
don't know how to phrase what I'm attempting to do, other than to say, go look up a Persona 5 Awakening speech. Does that roughly summarize? Like, do you yearn for truth?
You're talking about propaganda.
You're just trying to make a passionate speech to people in their heads. Gotcha.
Oh, speech. Do it. Do it right now. Do it.
It wouldn't be the same as speech to everyone.
We've been trying to reach you, but
Well, if it's message, you do it only in 25 words at a time.
20 minutes to atone for your sins before the city is wiped off the map.
I'd be boxing a bunch of people from secrets. They didn't know what I was doing.
These people, they don't have many secrets. They're a very insulated community. They work in the field. They work in the quarry. They enjoy a drink at the tavern. Cactus sap beer.
And yeah, I'm probably gonna be trying to pull a schizophrenic stunt.
Schizophrenic stunt.
He's like making people think that they're hearing voices in their head. Because they are. And they don't know where it's coming from. There's not a lot of scions in this town that you've noticed.
Well, okay, that's true. They don't necessarily know. Okay.
They may have taken our land, but they'll never take our freedom.
People are aware of psionics, but, you know, if they're not a scion themselves, they're not going to have many defenses against it.
I might sprinkle in a follow the elephant here or there.
Oh, yeah.
Follow the white elephant. The winged elephant, I should say.
So, in the morning, Gramorn, your spell is memorized. The god of flames has said, yes, you may speak with the dead.
Nice. Let's go on there. Let's go and dig him out.
All right, the party leaves their rooms and travels to the graveyard.
Wait, am I still there, or am I, You have to look up me, brother.
I have dragged everybody here to the graveyard.
Hold on. Before we go to the graveyard, or before we leave the manor, I want to make sure this guy's still asleep, but I'm gonna put him back in his bed. I'm gonna have Soul of Garcia is gonna transform back to what he was, and I'm gonna put this guy back in his bed quietly.
All right, he'll wake up thinking, "Wow, my sleep paralysis demon was really manhandling me last night."
Like, man, I just remember, like it felt almost broke my fucking neck, but like, God, he falls back asleep.
Have this really
Imagine
weird
your
boner.
sleep paralysis demon was actually just a guy who chokes you in your sleep.
That would be so crazy.
That was a weird dream. I kind of liked it.
I have this really weird boner.
Okay, so you have found the grave of Yalvash Sandrider. Or no, not Yalvash. Sorry. You have found the grave of Garak Sandrider.
Taurus, can you get the digging?
Oh. Me dig? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
All right.
1 hour later.
It takes
1
Taurus
hour?
1 hour?
What?
It takes Taurus 1 hour?
Hold
I mean,
on.
it's a grave. He's like 6 feet deep.
Hold on.
That is pretty deep. Yeah. So, have you ever tried to dig a 6 foot? It takes a while.
There we go.
I mean, you don't even have a shovel as far as I know.
It's just with his bare hands.
Right?
25. 25 to dig.
He just digs it like a dog, just kicking dirt through his legs.
You beat me to it.
You were thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like punching the earth, like for 1 hour.
Okay. You have the body of Garak. He died recently. He's still mostly intact. He does, in fact, have a couple of spots on his body that have turned completely black. Pure necrosis of the flesh.
Ninja, I
Where are
just
those
realized I hit
spots?
castle wall. We could have avoided all the digging.
Is there any, is there still flesh on it a little bit?
Oh yeah, most of his body is fine and intact. It's just these couple of areas that have been blackened by something.
Oh.
Spellcraft?
Does it look like necrotic damage?
It does not look like a burn. It looks like his flesh simply rotted away.
Like necrotic, or is it just like poison, or?
Yeah, that's what necrosis does.
He said necrotic damage. He said.
How long? How long has it been dead?
Oh.
He's been dead for 2 days.
Can I do a medicine check on him?
Okay.
Can you just revive him?
I can, but I can do a medicine check too.
His dad coming to walk by with flowers, paying respects, just sees us. And now I know that sounds bad.
28.
Okay. So you carefully check the necrotized flesh, and you notice that the exposed bone underneath has claw marks in it.
Oh.
So something clawed him, and it caused necrosis of his flesh.
I'm gonna show the group. What kind of creature could have done?
I'll make a nature check.
Something
I'll make a
clawed
nature
him?
check.
Is it, wouldn't that be?
Determine what that is.
Oh, can I try to roll or something to see what it is, Ninja?
I'll
Yeah.
give you guidance, Taurus.
Oh, okay. Hold on. And whatever you give me for guidance on that.
D4.
Nature, right?
D4.
Is it nature?
You could do a medicine check. You could do a nature check.
Well, that's a 22 right there.
Can you give me an advantage? Can you assist me with that nature check?
I got a 21, and I'll give Taurus
I
bargain.
can. Yeah, I can.
So you
I
do
can
have
give you
advantage.
advantage.
Okay, so with a good roll, as far as you're aware, there's nothing in nature that causes this kind of damage. This is something unnatural.
Hey guys, I got an idea. This is probably like a summon. You know that little dragon
Of course,
spear
I give
that
you
we're doing?
advantage.
It's
with the
probably
21.
like one of those, like summon
Okay.
elemental,
Yeah.
summon
I
dragon.
got
Now, you
24.
feel like this was done by an undead creature.
Yeah.
Undead?
An attack
24.
inflicted by an undead creature.
Oh, that's an Arcana check then, huh? So I'll do an Arcana check to determine what creature it might be.
Do we try to bring him back?
19 for an Arcana check. Hold on, I'm gonna add that Bardic Inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Man, we should have had a blood hunter. Are blood hunters allowed?
Oh, okay, 27. A 27 for my Arcana check to determine what kind of creature it might be.
Hmm. Okay, with a really good Arcana check, what comes to mind is the Deep Black Hollow.
Wait, are blood hunters allowed in Dark Sun Ninja?
No, I don't think so.
Man,
Hey Ninja, did you say that this guy that's dead is the one that was good with swords, or were they suspecting the person that killed him was good with swords?
So they said he could handle himself. He had a pair of short swords he would dual wield, and he was very capable with them. So whatever killed him, being beyond his skills, was kind of scary to people.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, the Deep Black Hollow, the cosmology of the Dark Sun universe is that the plane of shadow is called the Deep Black Hollow.
Oh.
how the fuck did this guy get killed by a shadow fate in the middle of nowhere?
Basically, like a demon or devil from the underworld.
Don't the location and circumstances make very little sense though? Like this is a.
Means there's
So, well, there are clerics around here. Somebody might have summoned something.
That's what I was thinking, like a summoned creature. That was my only guess. I don't think unless there's a mage, I can like bring back the.
That means there's
the
probably a
dead.
defiler around here.
I'm gonna add an extra detail. Let me draw some lines. Okay, so the ruins here cast long shadows.
I was going to say. So
Here we
so a
go.
guy got killed by a shadow fate in the middle of nowhere. Like that's a palpable way to die. But how the fuck did it happen here?
So you're in a graveyard in the long shadows of an ancient ruin. If that adds any context.
Foreshadowing.
Did
History check.
That's what you did there.
History check.
Did-
Andrew?
Yeah, roll it.
Did they say where
Oh
he
yeah, hold
died?
on.
That he
I'll
died
give you,
over here?
I'll give you a advantage on that. 1 second. Hold on.
We didn't cover it, but where he actually died, I'll mark it on the map. It's he died in the street here.
Okay.
Oh, that's advantage. Go for it.
15.
Okay.
Hey, Ninja. I'm gonna have to go to bed here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's midnight. We're gonna call it here. So with a 15 history check, these ruins here, they are absolutely ancient. And there's some sculptures that may indicate that this was some sort of temple to the Shadow Plane.
I hope it's not a weeping angel situation.
Nice.
When you said sculptures, I was like,
Can we resurrect him before we get off?
we got like 3 minutes, it seems.
Well, I'm not resurrecting him.
Yeah, we're that's
Why
what I'm saying,
not?
like,
He's
acts
only
like
been
a
dead
couple
for 2 days.
We're
It's only
just
like
You
a-
want to use the diamond
just
from the
gonna
spell
talk to
slot?
dead,
Isn't
and
that
I mean, we're just
expensive?
gonna talk to him. Like, is he worth bringing back? I mean,
and
I
I'm
mean,
not
like,
I'm not spending
I'm
that
not
money on that.
asshole, but I'm saying like he's kind of a waste of resources. I mean,
Hold on, hold on, guys. We just
It's
rescued
already
his
Dual
brother.
wields.
That was never the plan.
Okay, I want to petition that we resurrect him.
Well, you can take it out of your own pocket
Okay, I will then. Hold on.
and find your own clay.
Oh, I give you the loot, and you still won't do it. Okay, that's
it's a
fucked up.
waste of a spell slot.
It's a small diamond, isn't it?
No, it's 1,000.
1,000
1,000 feet.
for a
1,000
2-day?
ceramic piece
Is
diamond.
this dead person you don't even know worth 1,000?
So it's
1
10,
gold
10
piece,
gold?
man.
10 gold. 10 gold.
10 gold.
10 gold piece diamond. Yep. 10 gold piece diamond.
Hmm. We'll find out what he knows first.
That was so.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's figure that out next week, okay?
All right.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well,
Right.
all right. I'm gonna pack the table. Packety pack. Packing zone. And
Ink maker.
okay, you can save it.
Pakistan Linkmaker's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he cloned himself, and then his clone escaped. So you killed one of him, but it was only a clone.
He eyes and does.
And that sounds sci-fi, but it's a psionic ability where he imagines that there's another him that is also him, and then when one of them dies, that's okay because the real him was not the one you killed all along. It was always the other him that was the real him all along
Right.
because of
It's not
psionics.
sci-fi.
Yes.
It's psionics.
Yeah.
I think I'm a clone now.
There's some wacky stuff you can do with psionics in the Dark Sun universe. If you read the novels, when they have a psionic battle, it's bonkers.
I can't wait till he clones himself again. It's like that thing from, well, with an inferior copy. It's kind of
The Muller twins.
Like you've interacted with Aegis, the noble Aegis. He probably hasn't stood out, but when he gets in fights in the books, it is insane. Like they go into whole mental realms where they're having these crazy battles where it's like a superhero battle where he can shapeshift his body and change the environment and shit. It's wild.
Huh.
The Muller twins. I'm gonna have to learn to clone myself.
Hey guys, I'm
Good night.
working on
Good night.
building